Quiet on the set.
Copy that. Pull out a little bit. Let's see the Madden NFL logo.
Sound.
2 and 1. Roll, Fitz.
Here we are live here in Southern California.
Some people are built, some ain't.
I'm at a loss of words. I don't even know what to say.
Esports has really exploded, and what that has created is just this appetite to watch people play video games.
Wow!
Madden NFL football continues to grow, and we're back and better than ever here in the MCS, where we'll have our 4 majors, we'll be crowning our 4 champions. There's money to be made, there's glory to be had.
One more to the legend.
Go, young kid.
This is where the best Madden players are made.
Live in a brand new studio at EA headquarters.
We are at the home of Madden NFL football here in San Francisco, California.
It's amazing to see how fast competitive gaming is growing.
Here on ESPN2.
We have a partnership with EA. Let's attract our core NFL fan and introduce him or her to gaming content.
There's no telling how far it's going to go.
It means a lot to play Madden and have friends.
Listen up, young man. You have earned it.
This is what competitive Madden's all about.
Like literally everyone, just sit there for a second.
Welcome to Arlington. We have the best players in the world in the house. 512 registered players. You gotta fight them all live.
Look at the emotion!
Unbelievable.
Look at the savagery.
For the belt, Serious Mo is back at the top of the mountain. This is that time of year. This is my Christmas. We have reached the red zone on the final drive to the Madden NFL 20 Club Championship Major.
Mama made it!
Only a handful of matches remain as we push towards crowning a champion for each of the 32 NFL clubs.
This is just the beginning of that journey right here. Let's make it happen.
Now the latest Madden competitive gameplay showcases a history-laden franchise from the NFC North, the Minnesota Vikings. Two-time winner and defending champion IB Strafen almost won the club major last year. To get back, he'll have to pass a field that includes familiar faces loaded with experience. It's the Madden 20 Minnesota Vikings Club Championship. 4 Madden pros have made the trip to be named Vikings champion. Who will make the final cut?
We are just south of San Francisco and just under 2,000 miles from US Bank Stadium and the home of the Minnesota Vikings. It's the EA campus, HQ for some of the world's most enduring video games, including, of course, Madden NFL 20. Today, we complete our bracket for the next Madden Major as we bring you full coverage of the Madden 20 Minnesota Vikings Club Championship. Greetings there. I'm Evan Rayner, and a special shout out to those Vikings fans watching on Twitch and YouTube. We have a very deep bench of casters and player analysts who will join us shortly to call both the Vikings semifinals and, of course, the final 31 NFL teams have crowned the final. And, of course, the final 31 NFL teams have crowned their Madden champion, and we do have just one more to go, and it's the Minnesota Vikings. Over the next few hours, we will name a champion, with this winner representing the Vikings at the NFL Club Championship right here in San Francisco in less than 2 weeks. All right, let's set the table for today's matches and for the Vikings Club Championship. Plenty of compelling storylines behind the 4 Madden pros competing today. Looming large is IB Strafen in search for his 3rd Vikings title in 4 years. Meanwhile, Sixth Sense is making his 3rd appearance in a club final, each with different teams. And then there's Blair making his return to the Vikings Final 4, as well as the 19-year-old Phenom making his debut in a club semifinal. So these 4 Madden pros have survived weeks of qualifying to advance to the final stage of the Vikings Club Championship. Across the 32 NFL clubs, players in some cases have played dozens, if not hundreds of matches to make their club's Final 4. As our RG explains, the road to making the semifinals for a club championship is anything but easy.
In the year of the NFL blowing out 100 candles, the Madden NFL Club Championship has never had better numbers. This year, an eye-popping 75,454 competitors signed up to participate to represent one of the 32 NFL clubs. Even by my standards and love of Madden, that's amazing.
They didn't prepare for that one!
The journey began back in late July. Competitors jockeyed an online ladder play to secure position on one of 2 leaderboards. Much salary cap ranked? and the Weekend League. In early October, the deadline closed for signing up for the club championship. A week later, 16 invitations were offered to players from each of the 32 clubs based on their finish. 8 for those who prefer playing on Xbox and 8 for PS4. That's 16 players fighting for the right to represent each of the 32 clubs, giving us 512 players at the start of the club online elimination. Those 16 Madden grinders at each club then competed in a double elimination tourney online. From that, 4 players emerged, 2 Xbox and 2 PS4, giving us our final 4 for each NFL team and trimming the field at large down to 128. The final 4 at each club became set to battle to be called their club's champion and punch one of 32 tickets to the main draw of the Madden Major in late December. And that, my friends, is how they got here.
All right, thank you, RG. RG will join us later to call our second semifinal and the Vikings final. So we know how the players got here, but here's a reset of how we're playing and what we're playing for. The winner, of course, advances to the NFL Club Championship Major. The gameplay format is MUT salary cap, with its strong emphasis on roster building. We are on the new patch, but the salary cap remains at $825. Xbox and PS4 controllers are in play, and the winner of today's final is guaranteed $6,500 and a shot at the over $700,000 available at the Major. Speaking of which, each of the 32 clubs will soon send one Madden Pro to the Madden NFL 20 Club Championship presented by Snickers. The championship begins December 17th at 4 p.m. Eastern right here at EA. The $100,000 first prize and the championship belt among what's on the line. All 4 days of the NFL Club Championship is streamed live on Twitch and on YouTube. All right, switching gears back to the Vikings. In addition to the first prize check and the bid to the Major, the Vikings Club Champion will also receive this custom football made for the winner of the Madden 20 Vikings Club Championship. The Vikings have always been very involved in the Club Championship, and this year, clearly no exception. Speaking of which, the Vikings are also giving away during our broadcast a chance to win a Harrison Smith Core Elite card. Make sure to register soon at Vikings.com/Madden for your chance to add Harrison Smith to your Madden lineup. Supplies are unlimited, so get in there. Okay, let's push to today's matches and check in with where we are and what you'll be seeing shortly. In our first semifinal, it's Phenom and 6th Sense. Phenom is enjoying his best performance as a pro. 6th Sense, as we mentioned, is in his 3rd club Final Four. Later on in our second match, it's IB Strafen and Blair. IB Strafen has won the event 2 of the last 3 years, and Blair is no stranger to the Vikings Final Four, making it for Madden 18 and now Madden 19. All right. Madden, let's do this. Our first semifinal is Phenom and 6th Sense. And for the call, we swing over to Nick Bizesco and a Madden Pro with plenty of club championship experience, Tyler Davis.
Evan, appreciate it. 31 clubs have their champion. Only one remains, and it is the Minnesota Vikings. Tyler Davis joining me on the desk. How great is it that we finally get to fill this 32-person field with the Minnesota Vikings?
Yeah, last club before the final 32. I'm excited. We got 2 young, talented guys here. Phenom, a guy in his first Final Four. 6th Sense, a guy that's been around in a couple Final Fours, trying to get over that hump. He is a guy that came in 9th in the Madden Bowl last year, so he does have the experience factor over Phenom, but I think this is going to be 2 young, talented guys running the similar stuff, too. It's going to be a mirror match.
Yeah, 6th Sense, a lot of people got to know through that LCQ in the Madden Bowl. How do you see this match playing out between 2 guys who seem to be very confident going into the Vikings?
Yeah, 2 confident guys. Like I said, mirror match. You're both going to see them in the same offensive playbook, same formations. So it's going to be about who can get that stop on defense.
There's a lot to dig into in this first semifinal. Both of these players, well, Phenom looking to pass the ball 125 yards passing per game, but 6th Sense a very stout pass defense.
Yeah, 6th Sense has always been a balanced player, a good defensive player. Man, I think he's a little underrated in the community. Like I said, in that Madden Bowl last year, has made some deep runs, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, let's get to know these 2 semifinalists, starting out with Phenom having his best run ever, his first club Final Four appearance. And he is looking to go all the way. The 19-year-old from South Carolina, 96 and 68 in the ladder. He's plenty of experience playing ladder games.
Yeah, he does, and I'm excited for this one. This is a guy that actually trains MMA full-time. He told me last night the main thing he's here for is the respect from his peers. He really wants to become one of the top players. He's looking for respect. That's his main thing, he said.
He's already dancing, feeling loose, but on the flip side, 6th Sense. Great run last year, his third straight club Final Four appearance with 3 different teams. This time looking to take home the Vikings club championship, 9th in the Madden Bowl last year.
Yeah, lost in the Colts and the Ravens clubs before. He said he wants to do Madden full time if he can. He wants to make a deep run in this tournament. This is his goal right now, and he's putting all his effort into it.
59-9 in ladders. Let's take a look under the hood at the abilities that these guys are going to be putting out there. Phenom, dashing, deadeye, and escape artist on Andrew.
Yeah, we're going to see that gun bunch. We're going to see a lot of Andrew Luck in that Marvin Harrison in the slot, doing different route combos out of that gun bunch. Should have a lot of offense in this game.
On the flip side, 6 Cents, his abilities. Hey, I've seen this before.
Yeah, like I said, it's a mirror match. Andrew Luck, Marvin Harrison in the slot. We're going to see similar stuff here. It's going to be about who can get that stop on defense.
Well, these boys are ready to go. Let's get this semifinal #1 underway and get on our way to filling the final 32. IB Strafen in our second semifinal. He's won this twice. These two guys hoping to win their first club championship. So happy to have you along with us here for semifinal #1.
Yeah, here we go. 6 Cents going to get the ball first in this West Coast offensive playbook. You're going to see a lot of this gun bunch. I think you'll see a lot of that far tight slots formation as well. Yeah, this is a guy that's done some good stuff in his career.
Speaking of playbooks, Phenom running West Coast.
Yep, in that West Coast, like I said, we're going to see some gun bunch, this far tight slots. Patriots defense, which you don't see a lot of.
And 6 Cents. Hey, West Coast, he's running that Dolphins defense, though.
Yeah, the Dolphins defense we see a lot. You're going to see some 1-4-6, some over G, some 3-4.
Big shout out to all the Vikings fans watching at home. They've waited a long time. They've watched 31 other teams name their club champion. It's finally Minnesota's time. First down and 10. It's Tyreek Hill up the middle, picking up 8.
Yeah, he goes to that far tight slot, halfback dive, or fullback dive, excuse me, with Tyreek Hill there. One of the best plays in Madden 20, and Tyreek Hill is just so dominant in this game.
Stingy on spots. They're only going to give him 6 on that play. Set up a 2nd and 4, 6 Cents. Qualified for the Madden Bowl last year through the last chance qualifier, and he made good work of it. Proved that he deserved a spot.
Yeah, he did. 9th place, nothing to be ashamed of. Great performance there, and he's looking to do it again here. This is a guy that spent most of his cap on offense, so we're seeing it here. He doesn't have the best players on defense.
Luck outside of the pocket. There's just nobody there, so why not? You got escape artist, might as well use it. Picks up 6 in the first down.
Yeah, smart decision there. Nothing open. Go to the outside with Andrew Luck. Nice little pickup.
Phenom, of course, having his best run ever, and he looks incredibly loose coming into this. This first drive, if he's able to get a stop, he might be as confident as any player we've seen so far.
Yeah, he's a confident kid, but you got to think he's got some nerves. I mean, this is his first Final Four in the club series, his first club series overall. So, yeah, I think the nerves will be there a little bit, but I think he'll settle in.
First down and 10 for 6 Cents. Tyreek Hill at the top of the I, 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver out of the I formation. It's Hill. Not a whole lot of room. Maybe picking up 1. Mirror match, is that something you'd be excited because you know it so well, or is that something that you dread because the other person also knows it so well?
No, I think it's a benefit knowing exactly what your opponent's going to do. I mean, if you're a defensive player, which I consider myself, then it definitely helps.
2nd and 9. Back into the gun bunch. Luck dropping back, rolling out, facing pressure, nowhere to go. Wait! Spoke too soon. Marvin Harrison, juke. He's down the field inside the 30. Boy, it looked like nothing was open. At the last second, Marvin Harrison gets open.
Yeah, what patience right there. Waited to the last possible second. Threw it to that Marvin Harrison. Nice little juke. Huge gain right there. 6 Cents looks phenomenal on his first drive.
Oh, any Colts fans in the chat are going, you never count out Marvin Harrison. He can get open so easily. As 6 Cents driven all the way inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. See what he decides to do on first down. Coming into that far formation. Tyreek Hill at fullback, and Tyreek Hill is into the end zone, 29 yards out. Too easy. 6 Cents, great first drive.
Yeah, huge run right there. You see him talking a little bit. He's hyped up, man. But he might have missed this extra point.
Doink. Wow. Oh, Cody Park, he's watching at home going, I've been there, man.
Oh, man.
How does that happen? How do you do something as simple as an extra point?
The thing is, I think you got a little too hyped up. You got too excited about that touchdown run, and you got to compose yourself in these situations. You can't make a costly mistake like that. That's huge.
The Vikings fans at home are having a good chuckle at the expense of the former Bears kicker, Cody Parkey. But look at this one more time. Tyreek Hill just gets to the second level, and he's gone.
Doesn't even get touched. Easy money right there for 6 Cents.
Man. Come on. Let's go.
As you can see, excited about it, but then that extra point.
Come on.
And if you're a Phenom, you gave that up, but then you can take the lead now if you score quickly. So you know, good possession, though, by 6 cents. He moved down the field relatively easy.
Now we saw how this offense worked for 6 cents. Now we get to see how Phenom is able to run this West Coast offense. Comes out I formation. Aikens in motion from right to left. Dante Hall at the top of the I, and gonna get a penalty here. They're gonna back him up 5. A false start, not the way you want to start your drive.
Yeah, a little fake hike. I'm not sure if he meant to do that. It might have been an accident, but the game makes you accept it no matter what. So, and Phenom told me last night he's confident he will win if he plays good. He said the thing is he doesn't want the bright lights to get to him. He did tell me that. You know, he's a little nervous in his first Final Four, but definitely a confident kid.
First and 15, stretch run for Hall, cuts it back inside. Maybe gets 3, not a whole lot of room to work.
Yeah, he had a decent hole there, but it kind of got clogged up at the last second. Good run defense right there, and he's going to go back to this gun bunch now. So like we said, we're going to see a mirror match. We got that I-form wing, I-form tight, far tight slots, and now some gun bunch. Both guys run the same stuff.
Phenom training full-time as a UFC fighter, looking to be a Madden Club champion with 2 wins here in the Minnesota Vikings Club Championship. Look, left side, wheel route. That's Tyreek Hill. He had a whole lot of room out there and cuts it back to a 3rd and short.
Yeah, goes to verticals, little quick read to that wheel route, out in space to Tyreek Hill. Nice play right there. 3rd and 1 coming up, and if you're 6 cents, if you can hold him here, it'd be huge. Looks like he's going to come out in that fullback dive, see if he can pick it up.
This, of course, the play that 6 cents was able to get a touchdown on with not a whole lot of resistance from Phenom's defense. What does Phenom have running this? Hill at fullback in that far tight slots. The middle all sorts of clogged up, but look at Hill fight through the tackle from Starla Tulele.
Yeah, I've seen Tyreek Hill fall forward a lot, and he's been doing that a lot for a guy that's, you know, not the biggest of halfbacks back there, but nice pickup right there, big first down.
That first down, maybe an opportunity to settle down a little bit, especially if taking that false start on first down. Able to pick up 15, get a new set of downs. Luck dropping back. He's just going to take off right away. The pressure came immediately, and Andrew Luck took off and picked 5.
Yeah, he goes to that popular concept we've seen a lot of, wide receiver post, you motion over the slot receiver on a slant, and it really stresses the user because you have that motion slant, then you have the crosser out from the bunch side, and then you have a backside deep post.
2nd and 5. Flipping the bunch. What does flipping the bunch do?
It just, well, it can mess up your defense's alignment if they're in a nickel that makes them have to flip with you. And then you can get different route combos, like getting the halfback wheel, you get a flat to the solo side, so different things you can do.
Madden fans at home looking to become a pro. Deep shot down the field. Marvin Harrison drop it in the bucket out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Andrew Luck with an absolute dime.
Yeah, great play right there. Phenom's going to this verticals play, which we haven't seen too much of in this tournament so far. Always one of the best plays every year, verticals, and he goes up top to the crossing route with Marvin Harrison.
Troy P makes the stop, but Phenom is in business inside the red zone. Back into that I formation. Dante Hall at the top of the I. Nearing the 1-minute mark in the first quarter. Stretch run, good blocking on the outside. You can't give the fastest man alive that much room. Dante Hall to the house.
Yeah, great drive by Phenom as he's hyped up about it. Dante Hall, untouched to the end zone. Huge touchdown. Let's see if he gets his extra point and takes the lead.
Ball is down, the kick is up right now. Main Street 7-6. Phenom taking advantage.
Yeah, we got a good battle, man. 2 young, competitive, talented guys. I think this is going to go down to the wire.
Now you put a little added pressure on 6 cents. That missed extra point. Now he's got to think, when do I start chasing? When do I start going for 2? Look at this one more time. This, the big play that set it up. Marvin Harrison wide open.
Yeah, wide open. No zones back there at all. Easy money, easy pickings for Phenom.
And once you get inside the red zone, you can make it Dante Hall time. As first down and 10, it's Tyreek Hill, the Hill and Hall show for both these guys. Man. Not a whole lot of room, maybe gets 1.
Yeah, 2 of the best players in Madden 20, Dante Hall and Tyreek Hill, man. Give him the ball and get him in space.
Now a 2nd and 9. Back into the gun punch. Luck dropping back. Under pressure, he's got a man down the field. That's Torrey Holt with the catch at the 42-yard line. Escapes the pressure and delivers a dot.
Beautiful play right there. That wide receiver post play again, but this time he streaked the solo receiver to clear out all the zones. The crossing route was wide open on the sidelines.
So we go from the air attack back to the ground. Christian McCaffrey at the top of the I. He's going to let this clock run out at the end of one. Both players score a touchdown, but Phenom with the lead, 7-6.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, that extra point could be costly for 6 Central there. That's a mistake you cannot make in that situation. And it looks like we're going to get an admin over here.
As the admin is called over. Looking at the controllers, it's so important in these high money games where you have a chance with 2 wins to fight for $100,000 that everything is as you want it on the controller, on the settings, and you feel comfortable playing the game.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like they're all set now, but that's a great point, Nick. You want to make sure all the settings are correct. Everything, you know, you're playing for a lot of money. You're playing for this Vikings Club Championship. You want everything to be okay.
It was indeed a controller issue. It appears to be solved, and gotta love when those admins get over. Crack admin team here for the club championships as it's a handoff to Hill up the middle, nowhere to go.
Yeah, fullback dive again, but Lawrence Taylor is right there to get him in the backfield. No gain. Good defense right there by Phenom.
What's going to be the difference in this game in your mind?
See, whoever gets that stop is what it seems like. Both these guys look prolific in this gun bunch. So getting that one stop is going to be huge.
Flipping the play, Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. Moving the bunch to the left side. Tyreek Hill alone on the right side.
Yeah, look for a corner out here.
Luck dropping back, it's a free rusher. Chip blocked by McCaffrey. Luck's got all sorts of room. Give him a first down at the 32-yard line. What a block by Christian McCaffrey in the backfield.
Yeah, great recognition right there by 6 Cents. The guy was coming free off the left side. He rolled out right and picked up an easy gain, got out of bounds.
Even when you're just sitting there playing the game of Madden NFL football, the jitters can come in, and Phenom with his best performance so far, looking to capitalize. This is 6 Cents with a run up the middle. A little more success than we've seen him in the past, running that A-gap run, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, a little halfback diver there. Tyreek had a little seam. The block was picked up, but got a little clustered at the end, and nice 5-yard gain, though.
Now 2nd and 5. Luck in the shotgun. Look at all of the legends at wide receiver. Marvin Harrison, Torrey Holt. Who will Luck find on this play?
He's got him.
He's got him over the top. That's Torrey Holt. Feet in bounds. Give him 24 and a first down at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, man, 6 Cents look phenomenal on offense. You know, I haven't seen Phenom do much to slow down this gun bunch. Look for a fullback dive here to punch it in. And then the question is, will you go for 2 this early? I don't think you should.
Tyreek Hill at fullback. They're going to flip into the I formation, put McCaffrey at the top of the I. 2 wide, split out to the left. And now right back into the far tight slots. And give it to Tyreek Hill. Listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Tyreek Hill is pretty hard to stop.
Yeah, Phenom hasn't had an answer for that fullback dive out of tight slots, especially in the red zone. And 6 Cents is 2 for 2 with it with Tyreek Hill. And like I said, he goes for that extra point, which is, I think, the safe, conservative thing to do at this point in the game. A little too early to go for 2.
There's so much time left, but it is 13-7, 6 Cents on top. 2 drives for 6 Cents, 2 touchdowns. What does Phenom have for his 2nd drive of this game?
Yeah, he looked good in his first drive, so see what he can do here. 6 Cents, you know, trying to get a stop. Like I said, whoever gets the first stop in this game is going to put themselves at a huge advantage going forward.
1st and 10 for Phenom. Motions Akins to the left side. He'll run the stretch right. That's Dante Hall trying to find some room, fighting through a tackle. Give him 4.
Yeah, better run defense right there by 6 Cents. Clogged it up right there. Phenom going to go back to that gun bunch now where he's looked great in it.
Seems like not only are these guys running similar schemes and formations, it's like the same pattern. We're seeing I formation on 1st down. If that doesn't pick up a lot, to the gun bunch, inside the goal line to the far tight slots.
Yeah, it's literally a mirror match. They're basically doing the exact same things on offense.
2nd and 6. Into the bunch with Andrew Luck. Dropping back, 4-man rush. Chip blocked by the halfback. Throws back across his body and finds Dante Hall. Should be just short of line to gain. Hurry up to a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, he's having success with that verticals concept right there. And he had the wheel right away, I think, but waits for the drag underneath. And then we got a big 3rd and 2 now here. If you're 6 Cents, you got to buckle up.
These two about as evenly matched as we have seen. Luck Waiting. He'll step up. He'll pick up the first down and more. Slides down before taking a hit. Give him 10. And just like that, Phenom's in business.
That's exactly the reason you get that escape artist ability. 3rd and 2, nothing there. You can take off with Andrew Luck.
When we were looking at the field of this Vikings Club Championship, the Final Four, we said this might be as deep of a Final Four as we have seen.
Yeah, really 4 talented guys. Goes to mesh post here. Woo!
And he caught that in coverage.
Yeah, that was a scary play right there for Phenom. You can see on his face, you know, he knows it, but he gets it. That mesh post concept, which is very popular. You streak the outside bunch receiver.
Luck looking for something down the field. He'll take off. There's a whole lot of room. Was he a little styling and profiling in the middle of that, showing off the grapevine?
A little Ric Flair stutter step there to get that first down. A little swag right there for Phenom. Big first
down. There it is. It's a little showmanship.
He's stuck on his D tackle. This could be a touchdown.
And he's got Tyreek Hill. Good coverage, though. Just gets in the area to make that pass fall incomplete.
That almost looked like pass interference a little bit there. But, yeah, I thought that could be a touchdown. Just not a great pass right there. Not a great pass lead.
Well, after that Saints playoff game last year, the Vikings are like, hey, refs, we're good. We're good. We're good. 2nd and 10. Luck outside of the pocket, cuts back inside. While these two guys are running similar schemes, you're seeing Phenom a little more effective with Luck with his legs, whereas 6th Sense was more effective handing the ball off.
Yeah, he's looked great with this Andrew Luck. I mean, he's seen the holes in the defense taken off with him. Good stick work. Nice drive right here. Both these guys just look great on offense.
Calm, cool, and collected. 1st and 10. Luck steps up. Luck finds Hill. Why not? When in doubt, air it out. Phenom ties the game up.
Phenom told me last night he wants the respect of his peers, and when you have 2 drives like that to take the lead, going into this Vikings semifinal, going into halftime, man, huge drive right there by Phenom.
And just like that, 4 drives in the first half, 4 touchdowns, a missed extra point, the difference. Phenom with a 1-point lead.
Plenty of time here, though, for 6 Sense. He pitches it to prime time.
Spinning, winning inside the 30 to the 32. As one more time, just a great read off the bat.
Yeah, right up the seam, over the middle. We see that a lot this year. Wide open in that versus that cover 2. Phenom's excited about it. And now if you're 6th Sense, you got plenty of time. You had 3 timeouts as you take a big sack.
You have plenty of time unless you do that. Scary. Man, Phenom for being in his first club final. Doesn't seem like the nerves are affecting him at all.
Yeah, I think he wants this moment, man. He's been ready for this moment, and he's balling out right now. Both these guys look good. 6th Sense still have time here. 2 timeouts, 24 seconds. Look for maybe a corner route, crossing route. Maybe a mix of both.
Hill stays back to block. Luck rolls out of the pocket, over the top. Does he have it? Oh, Humphrey undercuts the route and picks it off. And now on the return, past midfield to the 45-yard line. Phenom, he's showing off how good he feels.
Yeah, he's feeling it, man. Marlon Humphrey with a huge pick. That's why you get a Marlon Humphrey. So much speed on the field. Clicks on, great user pick. And now Phenom's in business with only 13 seconds to go.
2 timeouts remaining. A major turnover could be a turning point. Luck rolls out right. Got nobody and takes a sack.
Yeah, you can't take that sack right there. You got to throw that ball away.
And he's just going to let this clock run down.
Yeah.
Interesting call. No time. He had 2 timeouts remaining, but we'll go to halftime. Phenom a 1-point lead, but some questionable play at the end of the half.
Yeah, real question right there. He had 8 seconds. If you call timeout with 8 seconds, you have another. You can throw over the middle even. Call timeout with about 3 or 4 seconds. Kick that field goal. Questionable decision right there by Phenom.
Well, these guys have been dancing. They've been talking. We have them both wired up here at the club.
Come on! Go, man. Come on. Let's go. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this.
And don't forget the Minnesota Vikings. Not only will you win the cash prize, but the Vikings have donated a custom designed football to the Vikings Club champion. And that's not all. you at home can get yourself a 86 overall Core Elite Harrison Smith card. All you got to do is sign up at Vikings.com/Madden. You can win yourself a big piece that could shore up that defense.
Yeah, for sure. Harrison Smith, one of the best players in the NFL. Can use that card, power up another Harrison Smith card. Definitely helps your defense.
Dude, and big shout out to the Minnesota Vikings organization. Always been a major supporter of the club championships and showing it once again this year.
Yeah, for sure. IB Strafen, the first ever club champion, I believe, a couple years ago. Vikings always doing it big here at the club championship.
This game, it may be a 1-point difference, but it is about as tied up as it gets. 2 touchdowns apiece. We'll see now, going with the final 10 minutes of semifinal number 1, how much that missed extra point will affect this game.
Yeah, exactly, Nick. But like we said, both these guys a mirror match, and it's played out that exact way. I mean, it would be tied right now if 6 Cents didn't get too excited and focused on his extra point. And now Phenom's in business, man. He's getting the ball up 1.
Now, we know Phenom getting the ball here to start the second half. Does that make it any better, the fact that he let those 8 seconds run off the clock at the end of the first half?
Yeah, it makes it better for him, but like, I mean, he still should have tried to take a shot. But you know, he probably thought, I'm getting ball. I don't want to risk anything. See if it pays off for him.
Dante Hall! He's in open space to the 30, to the 20. Wave goodbye, Dante Hall to the house.
It's the Dante Hall versus Tyreek Hill show. Dante Hall coming up huge for Phenom, and he's feeling it right now, man.
Ball is down, kick is up, and it is an 8-point lead for Phenom in his first club final.
Yeah, first club final, and he's coming out swagging, coming out balling. Huge run right there. Now he's up 8. 6. All the pressure's on 6 Cents, man.
Izzo will turn this past the 30, takes it down to the 32-yard line one more time. Stretch run, it was 1 cut. See you later.
Yeah, once again, doesn't get touched. Dante Hall.
Stop. Don't get stopped.
80 yards to the crib. What a run.
Too much speed. What sort of answer does 6 Cents have? 1 play, 1 touchdown in the second half.
It's the biggest drive of the game right here for 6 Cents. You got to get a touchdown. You got to move down the field here.
He comes out immediately in the gun bunch. One wide receiver split to the right side. Hill in motion from left to right. Luck dropping back, rolling out. He's going to take a shot. It's 1-on-1. Oh, good swat by Polamalu.
He doesn't want to win the
choice
game.
Throwing that one
he doesn't
up.
want to win.
Yeah, risky play right there for 6 Cents. Risky play right there. And Phenom was all over it with the click on, but just couldn't come down with it. And 6 Cents might be feeling the pressure right now. That's not a read you can make in this situation.
Phenom with all the momentum yelling, he doesn't want to win. You know 6 Cents is locked in though. He does want to win. Luck outside of the pocket, looking to the corner out. That's Marvin Harrison. Fancy feet, toe tap on the sidelines.
Yeah, huge catch right there for 6 Cents. Keeps his feet down with that Marvin Harrison on that slot apprentice corner route. Huge gain. Nice drive right now by 6 Cents.
2 varying levels of experience. Is the best Phenom has ever played in the clubs. 6 Cents, 3 straight Final Fours with 3 different teams, but he has yet to win one of those clubs.
Yeah, he told me last night the club series is the thing he hasn't had any success in, and it's eating him alive. He wants it so bad. And this is the biggest drive right here. He's going to come out in this far tight slots, fullback dive again.
He's had some success out of this. He'll hand it to Hill. Quick snap. Didn't let too many adjustments happen for Phenom, and he was able to pick up 8.
Yeah, nice little game right there, and a huge tackle with that Troy Polamalu by Phenom, because that saved him. It looked like he had a crease there. 2nd and 2.
Troy P's a pretty good guy to have as the last line of defense.
Oh, yeah. He's one of the best safeties of all time, and probably the best safety in Madden 20.
Him or Tillman.
Yep.
2nd and 2. McCaffrey in at halfback on the left of Luck. Rolling right. Waiting, just gets around. Oh, he took a hit from Wilson. I thought he might have had the corner, but Wilson, a nice chase down tackle, only getting 1.
Yeah, great stick work right there by Phenom. Able to get that shoestring tackle from behind, put him in a difficult 3rd and 1 situation. I expect to see another fullback dive here.
3.5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Voice you're hearing is that of former Arizona club champion Tyler Davis. Nick Mazesco along with you. Semi-final number 1 of the final club championship. McCaffrey gives it to McCaffrey. I don't think he got the first down. It's going to be 4th and short.
Decision time here for 6 Cents. Your tournament life on the line. He's on aggressive. We need to know this. I don't think he took it off aggressive. So he cannot take a big hit here, especially if he runs with luck or something. You got to be careful, but big 4th and 1 here for 6 cents.
He doesn't come out in power. He comes out to air it out. Gun bunch for 6 cents. Needs about 8 inches. Luck, pressure, just gets rid of it. Hill on the corner route. Great read from 6 cents to pick up a first down.
Huge play by 6 cents. He goes to that stick play out of the bunch with that quick corner out to Tyreek Hill on the sidelines. Threads the needle, gets it in there. Great play.
Phenom brought the pressure, and 6 cents was up for it. Now 1st and 10 inside the red zone.
Looks like he's going to go to that verticals concept. Torrey Holt in the motion. Look for the crossing route with Marvin Harrison.
Pressure, down goes Luck. Screamer off the side as Shaw with his 2nd sack of the game.
Yeah, nice blitz right there by Phenom. Great defense. And 6 cents in a big 2nd and 20 now. You got to get, I would try to just get some positive yards here. Put yourself in a manageable 3rd down situation, because this is not field goal territory right now. Unless you're in a 4th and long, I think you have to go for this.
Make this a 3rd and manageable. That's got to be the goal. Gun bunch. Luck dropping back. Waiting. Stepping up. Fumble. Ball's on the ground. It's sitting there. And it's picked up by Phenom. A major turnover inside the red zone.
Nick, I don't think he ever went off aggressive. On that big 3rd and 1, when he put it on aggressive, I don't think he ever came off aggressive. And either way, though, those quarterbacks fumble all the time. Huge turnover going forward for Phenom's momentum.
After a key 4th down, Phenom with a turnover. And now he's in control. Stretch run. Hall trying to get outside. Polamalu says, no way, Jose.
Yeah, great tackle right there by 6 cents, because that was a one-on-one situation. And wow, what a huge turnover.
Massive change in events here in semifinal number 1. Man, Phenom has not looked like somebody who has shied away from the bright lights.
Yeah, that's what he said. He didn't want the bright lights to get to him, and it hasn't so far.
Game far from over, though.
Yeah, still got a quarter to go.
Luck stepping up, trying to find some room. He'll slide down. He just saw Luck fumble. He went, I don't need to test anybody.
Yeah, the thing I've noticed about Phenom is his pocket presence has been phenomenal. He steps up in the pocket when he needs to. He identifies when the blitz is coming off the edge. Big 3rd and 7 for 6 cents. You got to get off the field.
Can't spell phenomenal without Phenom. 3rd and 7. Into the gun tight slots. Luck. Pressure up the middle. What a pickup of the blitz. He's got all the time in the world. Back foot throw. And Bailey got there. A turnover the other way for 6 cents.
He didn't set his feet. Threw it off his back foot. A little overthrown. Great click on by 6 cents to catch that on the sidelines. Another big turnover.
His name is Champ. And he got 6 cents the turnover he needed.
And 6 cents only using 89 overall corners. He told me his defense is not that great. He stacked up his offense, but his defense comes up huge for him in one of the biggest moments of the day.
Back to business on offense for 6 cents. Back and forth we go. Luck. Rolling right. Waiting. Good coverage downfield. That playmaker just didn't take off quick enough.
He had the drag wide open the whole play. I don't know what he was trying to go deep too much here. He had the drag for an easy first down. I don't know why he waited, didn't throw it.
TD, those are the plays you go back home, you hear about it from your friends, you watch it, and you just go, what was I doing?
Yeah, they're going to be like, bro, what were you doing? You had the drag wide open. 3 yards could turn into 20.
2nd and 2, stretch run.
That don't work on me, bro.
Oh, he says it don't work on him. He picked up 2 yards and a first down.
Yeah, not a great yardage game, but gets enough of the first down. That'll do it for the 3rd quarter.
4's up in the chat. 5 minutes to go here in semifinal number 1. It is anyone's ball game. Phenom with the lead. 6 cents with the ball. Don't forget, you can watch all 32 of the club championship finals on demand on the Madden Competitive Gaming YouTube channel. You're going to want to check them out because we have had some great finals. Here are the club championships. 10 days until the final 32. 1 spot remains. Luck. Rolling right. He's got X over the middle. He finds him. That's Torrey Holt trying to get around Polamalu. Red zone nearing for 6 cents down to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, great play right there. Rolls out with Luck. Hits that backside dig route. Great play right there. Phenom making a lot of adjustments on defense, but left that dig wide open.
8-point lead, the missed extra point, now looming large over 6 cents. He's going to audible down. Formation we haven't seen yet from him.
Look for a power run here, ace power.
It's a handoff to McCaffrey. Not a lot of room. People see the name Christian McCaffrey. They think that's a high-powered card, but he didn't really spend a lot in the running back position because he wanted to really power up those wide receivers.
Yeah, he wanted all these weapons out there, and he gets Tyreek Hill in the backfield here now. Look for a sweep.
And there is the sweep. Nostradamus over here called it. Near the first down marker, they'll give it to him.
Yeah, nice play right there. We've seen that sweep a lot with Tyreek Hill. It's been effective all tournament long, honestly. And now we're getting into this tough territory, man. You need to score a touchdown here, and this is where it gets difficult.
Remember the last drive, he took a sack, and then he fumbled on the next play, looking to avoid a turnover. McCaffrey in motion off the bunch. Luck dropping back.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was going to try to throw the seam. Instead, Shaw gets in the backfield for his third sack.
Yeah, real interesting route combo there. He had two seams, a crosser, and a backside drag, and motioned over McCaffrey on that streak, but nothing there.
You feeling deja vu? Sack on first down inside the red zone.
Yeah, this is going to be a battle down to the wire, man. This is a good game.
And that clock ticking away, under 2:40 to go. Luck rolling out right side. Playmaker to X up. I thought he had him.
He kind of did, Nick. I saw your face. I thought he might have thrown it. It's a tough one. It could have been a little risky, but he could have had it.
I know I made a good call when I look over and you look at me at the same time. I'm like, oh my, I was right.
We made the exact same face, but big 3rd and 13 here. Look for a halfback wheel with a motion post.
Luck dropping back, looking to the wheel. That's Holt, just catches it, and we're going to have a 4th and 1 that could be for the ball game.
Yes, wow, he mows with that motion wheel. Now here we go. He's probably going to take it down to the 2-minute warning and think about it. Biggest play of the game, 6 cents to go to the finals, down 8.
TD, what are you doing here? Fullback dive?
I'm putting it on aggressive fullback dive, and I think he's still on aggressive. I don't know if he's taking
He's
it.
dropping back to pass. He throws a pick. That's Palomalo waiting. And Troy P. has all sorts of green in front of him. He's to the 40. Just wave goodbye. Phenom may have sealed himself a spot in the Vikings final. A 98-yard return. And 6 cents can't believe it.
Oh my goodness. What a play by Phenom with Troy Polamalu. One of the sickest user picks you'll see. Takes it to the house to possibly clinch himself a spot in the finals, man. Unreal.
Troy Polamalu putting points on the board.
I really think 6 cents rushed that too. I know he wants to score quickly, but he could have took it down to the 2-minute warning and thought about it. It looks like he came to the line.
Yeah, look at this one more time. It's a quick snap, quick throw, and what a lurk from Phenom.
Yeah, incredible lurk. Great user pick. 6 cents had that backside flat route, it looked like. Wow, what a game changer.
The second turnover of the game for 6 cents.
Now so you want to arrest me.
3 straight club finals for 3 different teams, but no wins. Luck. First down to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, good play right there. I thought he might have had him for a second on the deep post, but then it wasn't there. Good decision to roll out, get the first down.
How about Phenom's defense today, by the way? He's had a phenomenal user downfield.
Yeah, his user looks great, man. Phenomenal user stick skills, and now the situation where you can make him work. You want to get him to complete passes inbounds, nothing out of bounds, and nothing easy.
Holt split out wide left, out of the bunch. 4-man rush picked up nicely. Good user coverage, waiting to make him make a decision, and if you're Phenom, you're real happy with him scrambling each and every time.
Yeah, that was great stick work again by Phenom. I mean, he kind of baited him a little bit, wanted him to throw it, and then came in at the right time. You know, I know he picked up 9 yards, but that's what you had to do in that situation. Great defense right there.
Coming up next, semifinal number 2, Blair and the defending champ, IB Strafen. Josh and RG on the call. You're not going to want to miss that one. We're near the end of semifinal number 1. It's not over yet. 6 cents, all 3 timeouts, and with the ball, but he needs to score quickly.
Yeah, real quickly. Like, he needs to score before 1 minute.
Like right now.
Yeah.
Like score right now. Waiting.
Oh my God.
Right side, Holt. You heard Phenom go, oh my God, because he knew right where he was throwing. He just couldn't get back there in time.
Yeah, that was a great play right there. Huge pickup. You're putting yourself in business now. Got out of bounds. You got to score within these next 2-3 plays now.
Red zone has been his mortal enemy. 2 red zone drives, no points. Luck rolling out. Woo, that ball came out. He took a hit on the sidelines, but he'll pick up 9.
Yeah, it looks like Luck was running out of gas there as he was getting out of bounds. Luckily, he did get out of bounds, though. Stop that clock, and he still has plenty of time now. Got to get in before 1 minute, though.
Don't worry, Andrew. I know the feeling. My stamina bar's always on red. Never want me carrying the ball. 1:27 to go.
Yeah, you can see that Andrew Luck was tired. He was yellow right there, but got him back to blue, and here we go.
I was tired watching him. He's been doing work. Inside the red zone one more time. Flipping the play, putting the bunch on the right side.
Yeah, he's trying to hit that corner out back of the end zone.
Luck, waiting. He's got the corner out. Oh, Tyler Romo calls it again. It's a touchdown for 6 cents. He stays alive.
Yeah, great drive right there. Puts himself in a chance to win now. I mean, phenomenal drive. He had to score within 1 minute. Like I said, he did just that. And now you got to kick deep here. You cannot do the onside kick in this situation.
3 timeouts remaining. Do you like the call not going for 2 there?
Yeah, I do. You got to keep yourself in the game. You can't go for 2 and not get it. If you don't get it there, the game's over.
Could we see a comeback? And a monumental comeback, because I know there are many people at home who saw that pick 6 and went, this game is over, as this was the touchdown pass on the corner route. Is it possible that 6 cents has a decent chance to come back in this game?
Yeah, he does. I mean, now, in a sense, all the pressure is put onto Phenom. You know, this is Phenom's first event here in the Club Series. All the pressure's on him. He needs 1 first down. Will he do it?
I formation. Phenom looking at the clock. This one, it's Hall up the middle. Oh, big hit from Polamalu. Are you on conservative if you're Phenom?
Yeah, you might want to be after that play. I mean, you don't want Dante Hall taking big hits from Troy P like that. That was scary.
On the plus side, he picked up 3, keeping him ahead of the clock.
Yeah, if you're 6 cents here, you really got to buckle down. This is huge.
Aikens in motion. This is where we've seen a stretch at times. It's going to be the dive up the middle. Oh, the user backed up, and Phenom said, I know exactly what you're doing. He falls down and may have sealed himself a spot.
And for his first event in the Club Series, to fall down like that was a veteran move, man. Phenomenal performance by Phenom. He looked terrific on both sides of the ball. Great job.
He puts the Phenom in phenomenal into the Vikings final with a 28-20 win over 6 cents. An impressive performance.
He told me last night, I want respect from my peers, Ty. I want to be one of the best in the world. And after that performance, he looked terrific.
Let's see how this one went down in the Vikings semifinal number 1. Phenom in 6 cents. It was fireworks early from Dante Hall.
Yeah, it was the Dante Hall and Tyreek Hill show early, back-to-back. Both guys getting untouched, big runs to the end zone.
This one extended the lead out to 8 to start the second half. Luck looking over the top.
This was the biggest play of the game to me right here. This Marlon Humphrey pick was huge for Phenom, and he got the ball at half.
That pick stopping a potential scoring drive. And on 4th and 1, this one might have been the sealer. Troy P with the pick.
Yeah, that was the game sealer right there for Phenom. Just a terrific user pick, man. Great stick skills all day long.
6 cents made a fight out of it, but in the end, it was too much from Phenom. He takes semifinal number 1, 28-20. He will take the winner of IB Strafen and Blair. Let's hear from the winner of this first semifinals over there with Evan.
All right, we got Phenom over here playing very well. Might be like a young Phenom. We'll have to wait and see. This is your first event, and obviously a good start to it. How do you feel?
I feel great, man. That was like, it's kind of nervous at first, but once the game started and you know, it's just like everything just went away, and I just played my best. That's all that matters.
They were mentioning that, you know, there was a little bit of nerves coming in, the fact that you know what you're doing, but will the lights get to you? How do you think you're able to perform so well, even in a situation that's a little bit unusual?
I mean, I play a lot of offline money games, like going around and room full of people screaming at you, yelling at you, and it's like, that's pressure. This right here, you just sit in front of your monitor, nobody's talking to you. It's real easy out here.
You're chilling.
Yeah.
So why do you think you're playing so well right now?
Just prepared. I really just put a lot of time in this year compared to like all the other years. I couldn't really put the time in because of school and all this other stuff. But this year I was like, I'm gonna just go hard and see where it takes me. And on my first game.
Well, an amazing moment here, and obviously the key play, I think, of this game. It was a little interesting until this moment right here. Walk us through it.
I knew as soon as, well, he had McCaffrey and then a tight end back there, and neither of them have more than like 80 speed combined. So I was like, there's no way he's gonna run this for the bread. So as soon as he dropped back to pass, just stood there. He literally just threw it right at me. I was just standing in the same spot. So.
And you could potentially be facing Ivy Strafen, who has just got his name all over the records book for the Vikings championship. How do you feel about possibly going up against him?
They're saying a lot about Strafen, and that's all you hear is his name when you come out here. But I played him online, and he wasn't really that good to me. So I feel like if we match up, I'm going to take it home.
So you feel like not only that, just the matchups do benefit you in the way that you like to play and what he's doing right now?
Yeah, that's why I picked this club, because I feel like if out of all the people that I wanted to play, it was like he was the sweetest. So I was like, come out here, pop this, take it home.
All right, we'll see if it stays sweet to you. Congratulations on to the finals. We'll see him later on as we continue. The Vikings have their first Madden Pro through to the final, but who will join him there? When we come back, it's Ivy Strafen playing in his 4th straight Vikings Final Four, taking on Blair, who's looking to advance to his very first Vikings final. It's Ivy Strafen and Blair in our next match after the break.
It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'm a boy, I wait for the set. Boy, till there's nothing left. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the jet.
Welcome back to the EA campus in Northern California, also home to the Madden NFL 20 Club Championship presented by Snickers in just 11 days. We bring you inside the EA broadcast studios where we're getting ready for our next semifinal at the Madden 20 Minnesota Vikings Club Championship. Hey there, everybody. Evan Rayner back with you once again, and a special shout out to those Vikings fans just watching and joining us on Twitch and YouTube. We have one Madden Pro through to the Vikings Club Championship, and we're going to find out who will be his competition within this hour. Those two players will then go head-to-head for the $6,500 first prize and the right to represent the Vikings at the NFL Club Major, which is just around the corner. All right, let's look at the bracket and reset where we are. Last hour in our first Vikings semifinal, it was 6 Cents and Phenom. So Phenom is through to the Vikings final. Coming up shortly, a marquee matchup with Ivy Strafen and Blair. Ivy Strafen looking to join a small club of Madden pros, winning 3 club titles with the same team. Blair also has Final Four experience. Before we get to our next match, if you are just joining us, here's what's on the table and how we're playing today. The winner of each club final, of course, advances to the NFL Club Championship Major. The gameplay format is MUT salary cap with its strong emphasis on roster building. We are on the new patch, and the salary cap remains at $825. Xbox and PS4 controllers are in play. The winner of today's final guaranteed $6,500 and a shot at the over $700,000 available at the next major, this major. Speaking of which, each of the 32 clubs will soon send one Madden Pro to the Madden NFL 20 Club Championship presented by Snickers. The championship begins December 17th at 4 p.m. Eastern right here at EA. The $100,000 first prize and the championship belt among what's on the line. All 4 days of the NFL Club Championship is streamed live on Twitch and on YouTube. Okay, switching gears back to the Vikings. In addition to the first prize check and the bid to the major, the Vikings Club champion will also receive this custom football made for the winner of the Madden 20 Vikings Club Championship. The Vikings have always been very involved in their club championship, and this year is clearly no exception. And for proof of that, the Vikings are also giving away during our broadcast a chance to win a Harrison Smith Core Elite card. Make sure to register soon at Vikings.com/Madden for your chance to add Harrison Smith to your Madden lineup. Supplies are limited, so get in there. All right, it's time for our next semifinal to put our second competitor into the Vikings final. Up next, it's Ivy Strafen and Blair. And for the call, we send it over to veteran broadcaster and the voice of the UCLA Bruins, Josh Lewin. And he's joined by, as promised, the GOAT of Madden broadcasting, RG.
The only club championship where Lizzo lyrics become appropriate, the Minnesota Vikings. Evan, thank you very much. And we just saw a really good semifinal with Phenom. I'm exhausted watching Phenom bounce around like this. And but he did it. He got it done 28-20.
Yeah, that was a really remarkable performance by Phenom. Really put his name on the map. Even called out Strafen in the process. I mean, this is a guy with a lot of energy. And as so, he trains MMA. I'm excited to see what he's going to do in that championship match. But first, we got to find out who he's going to face.
Yeah, Blair against, and all I hear about is Ivy Strafen. I need an ibuprofen. I've heard so much about Ivy Strafen. I know I'm new to this universe, but ever since I got to campus here, why am I hearing so much about this one guy?
Yeah, there's good reason why you're hearing about Ivy Strafen. First off, he is the first ever club champion. The first ever club event was with the Minnesota Vikings, and he won that event. This is a guy that's made over $100,000 playing this game, and more importantly, he was the runner-up of the club championship Final 32 tournament last year. So this is a guy with a lot of credentials, a lot of respect on his name.
So kind of the Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon, so to speak, right?
Seriously.
Very first guy to land it. And now, as we take a look inside the numbers, going to run the ball a little bit. Both these guys, actually.
Yeah, you see the rush attempts per game. To me, what I'm really interested in is how will Strafen's stingy run defense, he's only given up 68 yards per game, go up against Blair's prolific run offense. Blair averages about 129 yards on the ground per game. So you got a really stingy run defense versus a really prolific run offense. It's going to be interesting to see who can impose their will.
And the full-on gamer tag, by the way, is Blair Walsh Project. Very creative mashup of a horror movie from 1999 and the kicker who hooked a field goal in the snow 16 years after that. And he says he's not trolling. I mean, he actually really did love Blair Walsh to begin.
Yeah, he made that gamer tag his rookie year, but more importantly for Blair Walsh, this is a guy that was in this same scenario last year in the semifinals of the Vikings Club Championship, and he got matched up against IB Strafen and lost a tough one where Strafen kind of blew him out. He said that's been on his mind all year long. He's been waiting for the moment, waiting for revenge, and now he's going to get his chance to get it.
Up against a guy who placed second in the Madden 19 Club Championship last year. He won 75 grand. He put money down on a house in Tacoma, and now here he is. He's back and looking for more.
Yeah, it's funny you say he put money down on the house. Last year, coming into this tournament, he said, I'm really hoping to do well because I want to be able to put money down on the house. Came in second, won over 70 grand, was able to accomplish that goal. Now he has a new goal of becoming a 3-time Vikings Club winner, repeat some of that success of last year, and this is a young man who is extremely focused.
Living in Tacoma, he went to the Vikings Seattle Seahawks game just a few days ago. Didn't go real well. So, let's look at the abilities now. Deshaun Watson, you put the escape artist. Barry Sanders, little old school Lions there with the jukebox.
Yeah, and that's a key contributor to why Blair has so much success running the ball. That's a 69 cap, 95 speed Barry Sanders with jukebox. That's going to be one of the toughest running backs to stop in the game, and he's going to be relying heavily on Barry Sanders with that jukebox.
As for Strafen, and Andrew Luck will be his quarterback, and he's got the escape artist tag on him. Palomalu is a secure tackler, of course, in the other semi. We saw Palomalu go 98 yards for a touchdown on a pick. Had nothing to do with tackling.
Yeah, the thing that jumps out to me is that power specialist on Fletcher Cox. That's a pass rush ability that really allows you to generate a lot of pressure from that nose tackle position or wherever Fletcher Cox is lined up. He's going to be able to apply a lot of pressure if Blair gets himself into a passing situation.
We've talked about it. Strafen's no stranger to this event at all. And he's no stranger to Snoop, which is pretty cool. You clued me in on how he's getting Snoop ready to be a Madden star.
Yeah, he recently got to go and fly out and hang out with Snoop Dogg. He said, actually, shout out to Snoop's GGL, the Gangster Gaming League. And he said, you know what? Snoop has showed me a lot of love, and he showed me why. He's one of the original OGs of this generation because he treated me with so much respect, so much class, and they've been buddies ever since. He's been laughing with Snoop on a consistent basis, and that just shows what kind of guy Strafen is when Snoop Dogg wants to do business with you.
Let's Madden. And Strafen will gear it up from the 32-yard line. Take a look at the playbooks. And it's going to be for Blair, the Raiders offense, the Jets defense. Kind of a standard look.
Yeah, that's definitely a standard look. Probably the two most popular playbooks in all of the MCS. Raiders offense, Jets defense. The interesting thing with Blair, though, is he's going to mix up that Jets defense a little bit.
Ravens D with Strafen, and a couple of actual Ravens on that defense too, but mostly we're looking at Ryan Shazier, Troy Polamalu, a couple of Steelers.
The cool thing about Strafen is that Dolphins offensive playbook, you don't see a lot of that, and it's because Strafen always brings a unique scheme to the table. People say they hate playing him because you have no idea what he's going to do. They kind of call him random in the way that he plays. It's because he's always mixing up his coverages and his formations on offense and defense. So I'm excited to see what he's going to be bringing to the table here.
It turned your head to hear Phenom say he wanted him, right? I mean, let's go get him.
That was cool. That was cool. And I don't blame you if you're Phenom. You want to go right after the best.
Portis with a spin and a good opening salvo here from the purple-wearing Strafen.
Yeah, and you see Strafen, he has that GGL representing Snoop Dogg as his 3 letters on that score HUD. Putting on for the Snoop Doggy Dog.
Portis again will bash his way for the first down. Last year, Strafen used Ricky Williams. That went fine. Turns to Portis, who's a popular pick these days.
Yeah, and that's the full Clinton Portis. That's a 93 overall Clinton Portis. He doesn't have any abilities on him, but that's for sure one of his better playmakers.
And again, both teams will look to run quite a bit. Although keep in mind, you got Harrison, Hall, and Ross in your squadron of receivers here if you're Strafen.
And look at Strafen, already goes from a
little swerve there from Portis to pick up what he needs. Move the chains.
Yeah, and he went from a split close gun formation down to an I-twin wide receiver, and this is what we're talking about early. He just bounces around all over the place on offense, so it's hard to get a keen sense on what he really wants to do.
Looking to be a 3-time Vikings club champion is Strafen. Loading it up from the 45-yard line against Andrew Luck as his quarterback. Portis, they're going to wear him out. As he keeps on driving, he's going to get it down to the 40.
One thing I want to call out for Blair is he is in that popular New York Jets defense, but a lot of people run that defense for the 3-4 or the 1-4-6. Blair actually said he's going to come out in some nickel normal and try to catch Strafen off guard with a defensive front that he might not have as many reps against. So you see him right now in that nickel normal formation. We'll see how he does with it.
Blair's got both the Troyes at safety, Palomalu, who's got secure tackler, and Troy Apke, who's been a very popular pick all across the board. Good value pick. Remember, this is Mutt salary cap. Portis to the outside. And Portis barging his way forward to the 26.
Yeah, and I have the score. You got to remember, this is a rematch from last year's Vikings semifinal, and Strafen won that game 42-14 in dominant fashion. So it's going to be interesting to see if he comes out here on this first drive and gets 7 and picks up where he left off playing Blair last year.
Blair really loaded up on offense, got an 85 grade there, but did he do that at the expense of his defense, which has a 77? He's trying to stop Strafen. About halfway through the first quarter, nice clock munching drive here to open up for Strafen. Finally to the air. Luck looking, knocked away and almost picked.
Saw the bad timing ball hawk banner drop down on that, and what that means is the reason Blair dropped that pick is he was holding wide before the quarterback released the ball, and that's going to give you much less of a chance to actually hold on to that interception. Good lurk by Blair, but bad stick work with the wide timing.
And you can't afford against an opponent like Strafen to be sloppy with the stick, I guess, right?
Oh, for sure not, and it's a shame because he lurked him, he baited him, he did everything right besides time that wide button. There you go.
Already a 3-minute drive, and it's a 3rd and 9 in field goal range here. Chris Boswell, his kicker, if it comes to that. But let's see if he'll air it out 3rd and 9. Again, Luck surveys.
My ball,
and he's tripped up all out. And Wilson the other way. What a great job with the stick that time by Blair. And that definitely will turn a little momentum tide.
Oh, that's absolutely what you can't have happen if you're Strafen. He dropped so far back out of the pocket. If he took a sack, he almost would have been out of field goal range. He tries to scramble forward, allows the quarterback to get hit, and Blair's defense forces the turnover even after the drop pick. That's what you call stingy right there.
All this happy talk about I.B. Strafen, and you see Blair channeling his inner DiCaprio from Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving. They're going to need a wrecking ball to take me out of here.
That's a great scene.
I left out one key word there, but I just tried to keep it classy, you know?
Oh, well done. Well played.
I would think, though, I mean, seriously, you sit in that chair over there, you've got this for him, right? You're this close to $6,500. That's what you get if you're the...
And remember, Blair, he's been waiting for this rematch all year long. I have the quote. He says, this rematch has been on my mind for over a year. I could have went to an easier club, but I want the challenge, and I want to beat Strafen.
And he's got Barry Sanders bursting forward all the way to the 38, move the chains. He's got jukebox and some other things as well with Sanders, who I would argue is the best running back to have never played in a Super Bowl, by the way. Now, let's see if somehow Blair can get to this version of the Super Bowl, running hard with number 20. He's close to another first down.
Yeah, and so far so good for Blair. He said the key to my game is I have to stick to my run game and not go away for it. I spent 69 cap on this Barry Sanders, plus 35 cap for the jukebox. I need to utilize him, and so far he's doing that.
Tyreek Hill is the one receiver of note. You see him motioning to the left of your screen. Sanders is crushed in the backfield. That's a great read right there. Strafen took him down.
Yeah, there's my guy Strafen playing some defense. He's always been known as a defensive mastermind, the way he mixes up his coverages, mixes up his formations.
Dropped a little Keith Bullock on him right there to bring up a 3rd and 6. You and I just did a 42-point first quarter in a game earlier today. This one could be scoreless in the first quarter. Deshaun Watson over the middle, and the first down not quite there. Interesting part of the field here, too, now on a 4th and 3 as we get to the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, and with a game attack like Blair Walsh, you got to expect him to get his boot out and kick this field goal.
Up, and Vedvik's got it, the Norseman.
All right, we got a good ball game here. If you're Blair, you're feeling good about getting a stop, turning it into points. If you're Strafing, you knew you made a mistake with the turnover, but you got to feel good about holding Blair to 3.
How about that subtle little piece of roster gamesmanship, putting a Norwegian guy on the Vikings? Very nicely played by Blair.
Well played. And both these guys, die-hard Vikings fans, they said nobody will make me move away from representing my favorite team.
Good tackle in the backfield there as Linval Joseph, an actual Viking, gets it done. We talked to Strafing about playing a guy who named his team for Blair Walsh. And Strafing said, please don't make me relive that moment. One of the worst days of my life.
How do you think Blair feels? He's got to stare at that gamer tag all season long.
There's the handoff. Portis to the outside. And Portis with a big burst past midfield.
That's a huge play right there by Strafing. And you spent all that cap on that 93 Clinton Portis. You got to let him do work. And Strafing lets him do it right there. And now he's just a few yards outside of field goal range where he can tie this ball game.
By the way, Walsh did make 2 52-yarders in an exhibition game for the Seahawks against the Vikings after his release. A little take that. And Andrew Luck to the air.
My ball. Give me
right
my
on
ball.
The sidelines, incomplete.
Dang.
It's a scary throw right there from Strafing, but throws it way out towards the sideline. Blair not able to get the interception. If you're Strafing, you need to pick up some chunks here, get in field goal range.
Get my ball.
That ball picked into coverage. And the takeaway for Blair.
And look at Blair, my guy, Alex Cirillo, 21 years old, out of Waxhaw, North Carolina, and he has showed up to this Vikings Club Championship seeking vengeance, and so far so good for him.
There was Devin White with the pick. And now wearing white, here's Blair in business, up 3-0. Now they're going to try that run with Barry Sanders.
And oddly enough, Blair, he came to the party with 4 rookie linebackers. He has Devin White, Devin Bush, Montez Sweat, and Brian Burns. All the low cap, 15 to 17 cap budget rookie linebackers, but they have done work for him so far.
Burns, a popular draft pick. Speed and awareness from a linebacker, so important in Madden, right?
Especially that speed.
Sanders, a little loop to get free for a moment, but this is going to be 3rd down and about 10.
And if you're Strafing, this seems like a passing down, but you got to be careful. You can't commit to the pass too much with that 69 cap, 95 speed Barry Sanders back there.
Well, remember, it's Deshaun Watson. He's got escape artist on him, too. At some point, you kind of Lamar Jackson it up and try to let him run.
Oh, for sure.
It won't be here. It's underneath and delivered only to the 26-yard line. That's the original line of scrimmage.
If you're Blair, you have a decision to make here. Do you risk going for it on 4th down, turning it over, and Strafing already be in field goal range?
Hey, look at the clock, too. We're still a little shy of 2 minutes left in the half. Much lower scoring half than we had anticipated. And in that first semi with Phenom putting it to the air so much, 6 cents as well, that game dragged a little bit. This one is kind of lickety-split instead.
Yeah, this is going by quick. Possessions are going to be very limited. That's why I'm really curious to see what Blair does here. I think he's going to get his boot out.
Yeah, it's a conservative thing to do, but probably the right thing to do, yeah?
No, for sure, especially when your defense has been playing as good as it has been. You've already forced 2 turnovers. Don't want to make anything easy for Strafing. You got to make him work, and that's what he's going to do by punting that ball right there. So look at Strafing. He's focused. He has a ton of experience, and he knows he needs to start putting it together on this drive if he wants to be the 3-time Vikings Club champion.
Andrew Luck to work right away, flaring it out to Harrison, who gets decked. And again, you talked about those linebackers. They're young and they're cap friendly, but they're doing the job.
Yeah, they're all fast. That's the key. They're all fast and they're all big bodies.
Luck setting his feet. Luck into coverage is picked again. It's Bush to the 24-yard line.
That core of rookie linebackers is just stepping up for Walsh. He is all over the place. His third turnover of the first half. He is all over Strafen in his nickel normal defense.
I didn't see takeaways being this big a factor. Did you, RG?
Oh, I didn't at all. Strafen usually...
Sanders kind of scissoring his way down to the 25.
I mean, you got a guy in I.B. Strafen, the grizzled veteran, so well respected, the runner-up of the Final 32 Club Championship tournament last year, made over 70 Gs, known for having such a unique offense, and he's turned the ball over 3 times right now. Blair has come to play.
21 points, 28 and 21 in this tournament so far for Strafen. Nothing yet in this one. Sanders stood up as we get down to 1:12 to go.
This is a huge, huge situation right here, Josh. If you're Blair and you can get yourself a touchdown, make this 2 possessions, that's so big for you. If you're Strafen, you got to do all you can to keep this 1 possession. Huge sequence of downs here.
Sanders shifting his way forward. He is not quite to the 20-yard line. So it's a 4th and 2 here, RG.
If you're Blair right there, I think that Palomalu only has secure tackler, so you want to try to go for the juke. He's going for this on 4th and 2, Josh.
This is big, and remember, you've got Watson who can run it himself. Motioning White to the right side of the line. In a 3-0 low-scoring first half. Second Vikings semifinal.
I mean, this has to be going to Barry Sanders.
Out of that offset eye. Sanders has already run it a ton in his first half.
He might take a delay a game. He's going.
With Barry. And Barry's got it. So now you don't have to settle for 3. You can try to put a fork in it at the end of this first half and get your 7.
More importantly, too, Josh, he gets to keep this clock moving, which is going to pretty much ensure this is going to be the last real drive of the half. Had Strafen got a stop there, he would have had a chance to put a drive together and get some points. That's a no-go no more.
Only 2 Strafen possessions in this first half, potentially, and 2 turnovers. Barry Sanders crushed behind the 10.
From Blair, you probably want to take a timeout right here. There he goes.
Yeah, 24 seconds left in the half. And the Ficken field goal is still the only thing that's happened here scoring-wise. Barry Sanders again. Barry Sanders. He'll drag his way past the 5-yard line, and we're down to 18 seconds to go. It's a 3rd and 3.
That was such a big tackle from Ryan Shazier. It looked like Sanders was going to get him for 6. Shazier, touchdown, saving tackle. Another big 3rd down. It just doesn't stop.
Sanders is stuffed. NFL Rookie of the Year 30 years ago, and Strafen's not impressed.
Strafen, though, yep, it gives him a little bit of life, too. That's the momentum Ryan Danzig, a.k.a. I.B. Strafen, needs to get himself back in this ball game. Hold Blair to 3. That is huge right there to keep this 1 possession. Way to hold the door and stand up for yourself if you're I.B. Strafen.
So the Ficken field goal attempt, and it's good. So do you leave feeling a little hollow? I mean, 6-0 really could have been 10-0 for Blair.
Yeah, if you're Blair, you'll take it. If you're Strafen, you'll also take it. With 3 turnovers, only being down 6, this game's completely up in the air.
And a reminder, in addition to the first prize check and the bid to the major, the Vikings Club champion will also receive this custom made for the winner of the Madden 20 Vikings Club Championship. Of course, the Vikings have always been really heavily involved in their club championship. They've been amazing the way they jump in. They're also giving away during our broadcast a chance to win that Harrison Smith Core Elite card. So make sure to register soon at Vikings.com/Madden for your chance to add Harrison Smith to your Madden lineup. Supplies are limited, so go on and get there. Wow, 6-0, a defensive struggle. You and I, again, last time you and I were on mic together, was 42-21 at halftime. Another purple-clad team, the Ravens. It's very different.
Yeah, it's a completely different style. Neither one of these guys in that West Coast gun bunch looking to air it out. More, mix it up, a little bit of run, a little bit of pass, control the clock. The good news is this one is still completely up in the air. Strafen going to have to play some solid defense here to open up this half and keep Blair not only out the end zone but out of field goal range to continue to make this a one-possession game.
Blair's a student at Florida State. If you're a Vikings fan, you'll know that's a Dalvin Cook reference for you. Criminology major, computer criminology, tells us at Florida State. Running more with Sanders. And Barry with a zigzag to the sideline. He's at the 30.
Let's go, baby.
And he's decked at the 27.
Yeah, and he is currently going through his finals in Florida State. And if he keeps this up, he might be the final boss for Phenom here in this Vikings championship.
How about that? In between finals, you just come and take on Strafen, and you got a chance to go up on him 13-0.
He says it's finals early morning, come home and study, and then lab to 2 or 3 a.m. every day. And I do it all over again, day in and day out. That's the regimen for Blair right now.
A question for you, because Sanders is up to 14 carries already. Is there a point where his needle starts to dip towards E?
Yeah.
He keeps on running him.
He's actually tired right now. I'm looking at the play call screen. He is yellow stamina, which means he's pretty tired, and Blair's just taking his time, picking his play at the play call screen, as you see right there, trying to get Barry his energy back because he's more susceptible to fumbling. I think he's still yellow. If you're Blair, you got to be careful running right here.
Blair does have Tony Pollard, too, to deploy. Gonna keep that in your hip pocket. Running here on a 2nd and 6. There goes Barry Sanders.
Let's go,
touchdown,
baby.
Blair.
Finish. Finish.
You see him say and finish, and it's not going to matter if Barry Sanders is tired or not if you can't get any hands on him and let him walk into the end zone. And that is just a huge touchdown for Blair because he is up 2 possessions, and now he gets to bring out that dominant defense that's looked so well so far in this game. Now's the time to respond if you're Strafen.
Blair has ridden a 100-yard day from Barry Sanders. Isn't that something in a Vikings semifinal? You go old school Lions to talk about the man of the match.
Well, this is a real deal running back. The run game's already good this year, and you see Barry Sanders take it in right there.
Let's go, baby. Finish.
Blair's career tournament record, a very middling 13-10, but he's up 13-0 here. At least for now. Marvin Harrison trying to get Strafen back down the field.
Yeah, there you go if you're Strafen. Big chunks of yardage. You've been in situations like this before. The experience factor obviously in your favor. You just got to execute.
Looking to open the throttle. And he'll thread it in there. Got a diving catch at the 30-yard line. And remember, it's Harrison, Hall, and John Ross. He has loaded up that roster very well with receivers.
Yeah, a lot of his cap spent on offense.
Luck has to run and fire. He flings it to the 10. Move those chains.
Right now, he's just max protecting, and he's got 2 crossing routes, both of them going across the field, and you just got to pick one to guard as he buys time with Luck. Good execution from Strafen.
Luck back. And fires in there. Oh, somebody poked the bear. Strafen's awake.
Yeah, the Grizzly, the Bear, the IB Strafen is definitely awake. That was a prolific drive and everything he needed to do to get himself back in the ball game. And now let's see if the defensive mastermind can stop Barry Sanders.
Just guard against the champ Bailey return first. And the ball's out.
Let's go, baby.
Wow.
How much help does he need?
Holy God. Pronto beats.
Give him it all. Holy.
Oh, my goodness.
What a turn, huh? You get it back in plus territory. Strafen had nothing all game. And Portis trying to get there for him again. This could be 2 scores in a minute.
Oh, gee. If you're Blair, that is a tough break. You have looked so good with Barry Sanders. He doesn't even get a chance to get on the field because of the fumble on special teams.
Portis sidestepping. Inside the 5.
And this could be where the difference in experience comes in. IB Strafen has been in this hot seat. He knows how to hang in there. He knows how to keep fighting. Blair, not as much experience, so it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with this real adversity, because that was a really bad break for him right there on that fumble.
Champ Bailey coughing it up on the return, and now 2nd and goal. They spotted at the 4. Portis, the running back. Portis tripping his way. A push from behind. Touchdown!
Your IB straight, and look at that focus of Ryan Danzig. You got to be feeling good. You know you have not played your best John Madden football here today. You've actually been sloppy on offense a couple times, but you still find yourself with the lead. That's got to be a big morale boost.
He lasered that extra point, too. We saw a missed extra point. We watched Strafen watch that and watch him shake his head and kind of go tisk-tisk, saying that's not going to happen for me. And sure enough, he dots the I after Portis drags a man in. Still plenty of time here for Blair. And Barry Sanders, workhorse ×2. Ed Reed blows him up.
Yeah, and Strafen had good run defense right there. Had a few defenders shoot the gaps, but Barry Sanders just too fast, still beats him to the numbers to the outside.
We've called a lot of Deion Sanders today, but finally Barry Sanders gets his due. Boy, they are feeding him.
And that's what you want to do if you're Blair. Strafen has had trouble stopping this. You said it's the key to your game to stay consistent with the run, and he's done that so far.
Yes.
And now he gets himself in an awkward 3rd and 4. And this is where you got to make a decision. Do you keep the ball in the hands of Barry, or do you let Watson try to make a play?
Yeah, he really hasn't sprung Watson yet. We haven't seen any of that kind of dashing around that we thought we might. Not yet.
Here it is.
Last play of the 3rd quarter. Really got a dash here to get away. Finds an open man. It's Pollard. And Pollard with a stutter step. Pollard breaks the tackle. He's at the 28. As we throw up the 4s and get ready. Boy, we are going to have a great last 5 minutes, bud.
Oh, man, Josh, and you might not have noticed it, but Fletcher Cox instantly threw the center out the way. He was coming after Watson. Blair has all the stick work in the world to move out of the way, escape from the pressure, and throws a laser down the field to get himself in field goal range. He's back in control.
No way you're going to see the corner turn that time as they get towards 20 carries for Barry Sanders. And again, how long can you drive the car before you got to stop for a fill-up?
Yeah, that Barry, I'm telling you, he has a lot of miles in the tank. That is a serious mutt item. He's one of the best mutt items in the game. He's even better than that Clinton Portis that we've seen so much of.
Now it's Blair to the air. Oh, and a misfire. Put that bullet pass in there, and the receiver turned the wrong way.
It was bad stick work by Blair. He actually clicked onto that receiver, tried to turn him upfield too early and move them away from the landing spot. Mistake right there.
That's huge. Instead of a 1st down, you're facing a 3rd and 14. You're a point away from Strafen here.
If you're Blair, you got to be careful passing here, as crazy as that sounds, because if you take a sack and get yourself out of field goal range, you're not going to forgive yourself. He might run this ball, yep. I think he's going to go with the run.
Yeah, because 5 or 6 yards, you're in field goal range, you'd think. And Barry Sanders will get it, and then some! Barry Sanders gone!
Yeah, he says, you guys are thinking about a field goal. I'm thinking about getting myself a touchdown and taking control of this ball game. Now I'm going for 2.
That's good math skills right there to go for 2, you bet. Make it a 21-14 game. Been Barry all night long. Do you feed the beast again for 2 points? You try, and you get it.
One stop. Let's go.
Look at the emotion of Blair. And he said he's been thinking about this. He wanted revenge for that 42-14 loss last year. Well, fair to say this is a little bit of a better game than their matchup last year. Ooh.
Wow.
Use a hit stick, too. That was all Blair laying that hit.
All right, so you look at Barry Sanders. And that last little swerve right there, and he couldn't get Palomalu over there in time, could Strafen. 4:15 to go. The winner gets Phenom. This ball hoisted deep. Marvin Harrison.
Strafen is just killing him with this double crossers play out of the split close. Blair seems to have no answer. It's just a max protect scheme with 2 routes and the escape artist. He's got 3 routes this time.
With good receivers in the coverage, and it's going the other way. Champ Bailey. That's some redemption there. He fumbled a kickoff, but now it's a pick, and Blair is back in command.
Yeah, that's the 92 overall Champ Bailey. So he threw it at Blair's best cornerback. Blair clicks onto him, makes the play, makes Strafen pay. And he is back in complete control here, Josh.
Strafen's turned it over 3 times, RG. More Barry Sanders ran into his own O-lineman. And Deion Sanders able to make the tackle of Barry Sanders.
Part of the problem for Strafen is you can have run defense, and stopping the run is hard in Madden 20, but stopping the run when you got Barry Sanders in that backfield with the jukebox, it becomes just that much more difficult.
3 timeouts available here for Strafen. He might very well need them. These runs are coming in chunks here, usually 6s and 7s, but that time no gain.
Oh, this is big. If you're IB Strafen, you got to be feeling the pressure. This was your tournament last year. You won this. You won this exact club. You went on to represent that club, make it all the way to the finals, make 70 grand, and now you see it possibly slipping through your grasp unless you can make a play here in the 4th quarter.
Remember, Phenom said he wants Strafen. He might get Blair instead.
It's true. It's a good point. Hope he has run defense if that's the case.
Sanders bursting! And that will move the chains and get the clock down towards the 2-minute warning. And, you know, everybody loves an upset, I guess, except for the guy who's being upset. But how big of an upset would this be? If Blair can come from where he was a 28-point loser a year ago in this game to actually beating him a second time.
To give you some perspective on that, Josh, they did a poll on Twitter to say who was the favorite to win this event right here. Strafen was picked by 73% of the people. Blair, only 7%. They had the least amount of people picking him to win this club, so this would be a huge upset.
This is like a 20-to-1 horse who got out of the gate well and is now looking to close. 1 timeout used already by Strafen. Remember, we got the 2-minute warning too. Barry Sanders all night long. Barry Sanders hunting for the end zone. Touchdown, Blair. Put away punch.
Oh, man. Look at Blair in this Barry Sanders scheme looking so tough, exposing Strafen's run defense. But him scoring right there could have been good for Strafen, because now if you're IB Strafen and you can get a quick touchdown, you can have a chance for an onside kick. You still have 2 timeouts with the 2-minute warning. Game's not over yet.
We saw Phenom deploy that strategy that you're talking about in the first semifinal, right? He just kind of sat down instead of running it in. But here's Barry Sanders running it in. Should he have sat down at, say, the 5-yard line, and you take another minute off the clock if you do that?
Yeah, it's tough right there. I think I'm going down just knowing that I'm going to get into those timeouts, kick the field goal. But scoring a touchdown's not a terrible thing right there, especially when your defense has been playing the way.
Chasing Luck here. Yeah, and Luck just has to throw it away. Shy of the 2-minute warning, by the way.
Which is big. Yeah, every second counts right now if you're Strafen. That 2-minute warning help you out a little bit.
Andrew Luck's got to get rid of it. And he does so. But no sale as we get to the 2-minute warning. Going to be a 3rd and 10. And Strafen's in some serious trouble here.
Yeah, he's going to his trips tight end. We haven't seen him in this much at all this game. This was the formation that won him 70,000 last year. Let's see if he can cook up a miracle.
It's a lot less money going home with him here unless there is that miracle you speak of. Luck stands and fires open. Man, he's got Ross, who makes a move. And the patient has a pulse. There's still 1:44 to go.
That was such a big play from Strafen. It looked like Blair was taking everything away from him. He wanted the corner route. He stayed patient, waited for the receiver to break to the middle. Big gain from Ross. He's back in business.
He's only had to use 1 timeout. Can he get it in the end zone right here? You bet. Touchdown, Strafen.
Yeah, and there he is. Look at the focus of Ryan Danzig. He's plays Madden on the highest level, also has a full-time job as a gym teacher. His wife, Amy, back at the hotel room watching, cheering him on. Let's see if he can pull off some magic.
Enough time left. He doesn't have to onside it. And yeah, he was telling us, I mean, this is a guy in Strafen who once posted his mutt roster from a lake on his honeymoon in the Philippines. I mean, that is being married to the game first.
Oh, it's such a good story.
And now can he play some great defense, get the ball back and have a shot?
I bet you Snoop Dogg's back at home watching right now saying, come on, Strafen. What you gonna do, Jizzle?
Barry Sanders. You just drop a jizzle out there, by the way?
Yeah, for shizzle.
All right. First time I've heard that come out of your mouth in 3 days, but I'll take it.
Hey, not everybody's cool with Snoop like Strafen. You can make an exception when he's on the sticks.
Barry Sanders again.
Run defense. There's no run defense.
That's going to be it.
I haven't seen a player lean on one running back this hard in this entire tournament, but it's really worked for Blair.
And he told us that when we talked to him, Josh. He said, I need to just stick with Barry Sanders. I need to stick to my game plan. He did just that, and now he gets to bend the knee.
Sweet revenge for Blair. Lost by multiple touchdowns last year. He beat Strafen 28-21. It'll be Phenom and Blair in the Vikings Club Championship game. Here's how it played out. That's a cool customer right there for having just taken down IB Strafen.
Yeah, I think it's because Blair knows there's still work to be done. That's just one half of the battle. And
yeah, when that ball came out right there, RG, I thought that was the turning point.
And you know what? Kudos to Blair. That was a really tough break. He was playing phenomenal Madden football, had the fumble. It was looking grim for him. He didn't let his morale get down, and he responded back with big play after big play with Barry Sanders. He deserved to walk away with this win.
He's been in the Vikings Club Final 4 consecutive seasons now. The question becomes, can he take it all the way home? Phenom awaits. And here's the put away. Here's Barry Sanders, who ran it more than 20 times. More than that number on his Hall of Fame jersey. And that is how you get to play Phenom for the title. A chance at $6,500. So you see the two seeds both advance. Phenom and Blair standing by. We'll get to him momentarily with Evan. Let's go.
All right. Thank you so much, Josh. One of the interesting things about this, we were just chatting, is that last year you were in a very similar position, except the results didn't quite go your way.
No, not at all. I got killed last year. It was bad.
Yeah, but you were able to keep that on your mind, you said, for this entire year until this moment.
Yeah, I was planning to do Vikings and planning to beat Strafen since I lost last year. That was been on my mind for a while.
It's not easy to keep something like that laser focus for that long.
No, but it stuck in my head, so I had to do something about it today.
And how did you prepare? I mean, what went into this? And obviously, it's a long road. Life comes at you. How did you kind of go about this?
Yeah, my lab partner Noonan and I, we had an idea what Strafen was going to be running this year, so we spent a ton of time in the lab. Shout out Noonan. But like I said, we just spent a ton of time in the lab going over everything he could do, everything he was going to do, so I was prepared, and I felt really good on offense too. So it just all panned out for me.
All right, defense was huge for you in that game. Let's take a look on the wall at one of your picks in the fourth quarter that really iced the game.
Yeah.
Walk us through this.
Yeah, this is a big play. I knew I had a cloud and a deep third on the right, on the left, sorry. So I used it the other way and hoped he'd throw it that way, and he did. Threw it right to Champ Bailey, my best defensive player, and pretty much sealed the game.
I mean, 4 turnovers, your defense was strong. Was it because of the practice that you put in preparing for Strafen?
Definitely, yeah. I knew some of the route concepts he wanted to run. I struggled in the beginning. It was a little bit of nerves, but once I got settled, I was able to get some turnovers.
Well, a lot of people are calling this an upset. Some people have gotten mad at those words, those phrasing, want the respect on their name.
For sure.
How would you phrase this one?
I don't think it's an upset. Definitely felt some disrespect coming in from the whole community, and I have a lot of respect for Strafen. He's a great guy, but I'm a good player too, and I'm glad I was able to show that I can ball.
Well, we all know that it's not the job over yet. You still have one more game to play against Phenom. Looking forward to that. Have you played him before? What do you know about him?
I haven't. I know his scheme from watching him earlier. That's about it. So it's going to be a lot of adjusting on the fly for me.
All right. It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Blair taking down IB Strafen. Our Vikings final is set. When we come back, it's Blair coming off his huge upset of IB Strafen, taking on a red-hot Phenom who's playing some of the best Madden of his career. It's all on the line for the customized football. The first prize cash and that bid to the NFL Club Major to represent the Vikings. The Vikings final is next. Don't go anywhere.
you're not on my grind. New York City time. Brother, better, you will never find. Yeah, we're putting life.
What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me.
The emotions are high and anticipation building as we are moments away from crowning a new Vikings champion. As we bring you inside to stage one at the EA Broadcast Studios one more time for the Madden 20 Minnesota Vikings Club Championship. Greetings, everyone. I'm Evan Rayner, back here with you as we get set for the final of the Vikings Club Championship. Special shout out to the Vikings fans who have been with us for the past few hours, and hello to those who are now joining us for the final. We're a few moments away from our remaining two pros squaring off for the $6,500 first prize, and perhaps more importantly, the right to represent the Vikings at the Madden NFL 20 Club Championship. Here's what we've seen and how we got to our final. Earlier in our first hour, it was Phenom taking care of 6 cents to reach his first club final. Then moments ago, it was Blair taking down Ivy Strafen, the two-time Vikings champion. So it's Phenom and Blair in the final. But before we get to our final, a quick review for those just checking in on what we're playing for and how we're playing. The winner of each club final, of course, advances to the Madden NFL 20 Club Championship Major. The gameplay format is MUT salary cap with its strong emphasis on roster building. We're on the new patch, but the salary cap remains at $825. Xbox and PS4 controllers are optional. As we mentioned, the winner of today's final is guaranteed $6,500 and a shot at the over $700,000 available at the Major. Okay, switching gears back to the Vikings. In addition to the first prize check and the bid to the Major, the Vikings Club champion will also receive this custom football made for the winner of the Madden 20 Vikings Club Championship. The Vikings have always been very involved in their club championship, and this year, clearly no exception. Speaking of which, the Vikings are also giving away during our broadcast a chance to win a Harrison Smith Core Elite card. Make sure to register soon at Vikings.com/Madden for your chance to add Harrison Smith to your Madden lineup. Supplies are limited, so get in there. All right, let's get to this. The big moment has come. It's time for the final at the Madden 20 Minnesota Vikings Club Championship. It's Phenom and Blair. We have an army on the desk to bring it to you, including Scott Cole, Serious Mo, and RG.
Thank you so much, Evan. Great job on these last 32 clubs. Can you believe it, guys? This is it. This is it. We're going to be waiting here for the next 10 days, figuring out who's going to be the 32. But how about Blair moving on in that last game?
Huge win. You know, Ivy Strafen, kind of the guy you always expect to take home this Vikings Club Series, and he kind of snatched it away from him. Really played dominant defense. His offense, he couldn't really get going until that second half, but then you notice that Ryan was just completely lost on defense.
Yeah, I'm going to be really interested to see how Blair's nickel normal pass defense does against Phenom's high-powered offense. And then on the other end, can that Troy Polamalu that Phenom has slow down that Barry Sanders that we just saw put in crazy work for Blair?
Mo, you were in the back. We were watching these games, first two semifinals. What did you see?
Honestly, from Blair, I seen kind of a questionable stick work with his running back where he had a lot of lanes and he wasn't getting there, and it kind of didn't matter because Ryan's run defense was so bad that he was still picking up good yardage. And from Phenom, he's got to control his emotions. I could tell he was a little bit nervous, you know, shaking up there a little bit. And also, he had a lot of adrenaline pumping in that game of 6 cents. I wonder if we're going to see the same energy matched, because I don't think we will.
RG, we're going to have a brand new champ here for the Vikings.
Yeah, it's crazy to think, right? The guy, I.B. Strafen, the defending champion for the Vikings, and not only that, the runner-up from last year's entire club championship, now out of this tournament, and we're going to get some new blood into it. And, you know, both of these guys have earned that spot, but only one of them can make it, and we're about to find out who that's going to be.
It's going to be some different styles here in the final between our two competitors. You can see the rushing game of Blair on the left side, 129 per game. And the passing attack of Phenom, the man from South Carolina. It's an all-Carolina final to see who's going to represent the club from Minnesota. And let's get right to it. Let's get to know the competitors just one more time and start off with Blair Witch Project. As his first career club final appearance, certainly seemed confident for the man from North Carolina. And you see his record right there.
Yeah, the record's a little bit questionable, not the greatest online record you've ever seen, but what I'm excited to see is if Phenom can make him pass. He still has that Deshaun Watson with Escape Artist that we haven't really seen a lot of yet.
On the other side, we head from North Carolina to South Carolina. And Phenom, he is a ball of energy. And this is also his first career final. And he just doesn't stop moving, RG.
And I like the energy. This is a guy, he told me he trains mixed martial arts. He's always, you know, letting that energy out in the gym. And you know what? He was kind of anxious at moving around his last game, very animated, but it worked out for him. I'm going to be interested to see, you know, how wild he gets in this one. I like players that play with all that emotion.
But we can't play salary cap, can't play Madden 20 without these. Deshaun Watson's going to be escaping his way out.
Yeah, but that jukebox with Barry Sanders is all we've seen that last game. Can Phenom make Deshaun Watson a factor in this game?
And for our phenom, well, it's Andrew Luck, and that's the best combo you can get right there, RG.
Yeah, that dashing Deadeye and escape artist, obviously very popular. Slot apprentice. To me, the key is Troy Polamalu with secure tackler, and more importantly, the unfakeable. That should give him the best chance to slow down that Barry Sanders and that jukebox. We'll see how those two players match up.
You can see the previous winners strafing. My man Witt Goat out there watching. And let's kick it off. We're going to have a brand new champion here for the Vikings. And it will be Phenom starting with it first at the 24-yard line as he sets up his audibles. We've seen some great Madden over the last 32 clubs. What a road, what a journey it's been. And here we go. I formation has started out here for Phenom. Very effective with that Dante Hall. And they'll hand it off. And he'll work his way to the 28.
I like right there Phenom going to the run, because we did see Strafen have some success with Clinton Portis. He just got himself in a situation where he couldn't run too often. So it's good to see him right now testing Blair's run defense early.
61, matchbox light.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 6. That's at 94 Dante Hall. And he'll go to him again. And he's close to the marker at the 33. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Remember, Dante Hall played running back at Texas A&M. He was drafted by the Chiefs as a running back, wore number 20, but they quickly found out, and this guy is a return machine.
Yeah,
no Devin Hester, but he's pretty good.
My guy Phenom is rocking that Triple H offense where he has Harrison, Hill, and Hall looking to pedigree Blair right here.
And he'll hand it off to Tyreek. He'll tote it out to the 41, quick gain of 8.
And if I'm Phenom, I noticed that Blair came out in 3-4 bear right there, and it looked like he had absolutely no chance at stopping that near formation. Something to look for in that fullback dive later on in the game.
Atkins will come across the formation here on 1st and 10. Dante again. And Hall is off to the races. They won't catch him. Phenom strikes first.
And I'm hearing Phenom, he said, I can tote too, and I love it. I think that's a great change of pace in his offense. We saw Blair just staying in that nickel normal all game against Strafen with a lot of success. Phenom says, try and do that against this heavy package, and no dice right there for Blair. Good adjustment right there for Phenom coming into this game. He was definitely paying attention to that last one while he was scouting Blair.
4 plays, 76 yards, and here it is, Mo.
And it's always good when you're a passer if you can get a free one. You know, he doesn't spend any cap on his running back. He's able to sneak a wide receiver back there, and you can't catch him.
Appreciate you guys tuning in all day long. We're in the old bunch tight end formation with RG, Sirius, Mo, Scott Cole with you. And we appreciate you guys giving us your time wherever you might be. Thanks for making us a part of your evening. And now we got a 7-0 ball game, as Blair will get it for the first time with 3:21 remaining here in the first.
And one thing I'm worried about for Phenom, I took a look at his defense. These key defensive players are the best Lawrence Taylor and the best Denzel Ward and Marlon Humphrey. So those cornerbacks aren't going to be making a difference on the run. His only hope is that Lawrence Taylor trying to stop the running back in the backfield. If he gets to the 2nd level, I'd watch out.
Don't forget, though, he's got that Troy Polamalu out there with that secure tackler and unfakeable. That's going to be the key, in my opinion, to him slowing down this Barry Sanders.
And he'll go to Barry. Barry breaks the tackle. One man to beat, and he can't get by him. That was the 10-capper, Brandon Wilson, holding on.
And that's what I'm talking about with Blair. His run stick just isn't quite there. You know, if he had that phenomenal run stick that we've seen from players like Drini, he would have made that a touchdown almost every single time. He's one-on-one with a slow Brandon Wilson who can't tackle. You've got to get out of there right there.
I take it back. That's the team of the week, Brandon Wilson. He'll cost you 22 cap at a 77 overall.
Interestingly enough, too, Phenom has the second worst run defense statistically out of everybody in this club. The person that had the worst run defense was none other than his opponent, Blair, and we saw how that worked out for him on the first drive.
Here's the shot. He'll throw off his back foot, and that will sail.
And you hear Phenom saying, come on, man. You know why? Because if that's a good throw, that's intercepted every single time by Troy Polamalu.
Now it's going to bring up at 3rd and 11 at the 46-yard line. Pollard will go out wide to the right. Go back to this fullback formation. Watson couldn't get away.
We've seen Blair so comfortable running on these 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs versus IB Strafen, but he's just not comfortable right now. I don't know if his nerves are getting to him, but I would like to see him stick with that game plan he had last game. He was motioning guys around, making the defense really uncomfortable. He just made that drive so easy for Phenom to play defense.
And he picked up the blitz well right there. He had the drag out route open, didn't throw it in the window, and eventually it just all fell apart.
Sometimes with that escape artist under center, it's really easy to get frazzled and get outside the pocket when you don't really need to. Just hang tough in the pocket and then find your running lanes with your quarterback.
Punt goes out of bounds at the 10-yard line, so 1st and 10. Back near his own end zone here for Phenom. He'll hand it off to Tyreek Hill. There's the speed, and he gets tripped up at the 30-yard line. He was almost out of there.
And every time we've seen him go to that fullback dive out of these near close formations where everybody's bunched together, it looks like Blair hasn't had any answer for it. I would continue to go back to it.
It was the only man that could match that speed, Denzel Ward, with a second tackle of the ball game. And White comes in on the big hit there, forcing a 2nd and 7.
And then remember, Blair came into this tournament with Strafen on his mind. He had been thinking about Strafen for over a year, trying to get that revenge. That mission is done. He had no idea that he was going to run into the Phenom. So playing with a little less intensity, it seems, is Blair.
Second down now. Luck, low throw, picked off the turf. That'll be a gain of 5. Here's a big 3rd and 2.
And we're probably going to see that fullback dive. Can Blair find the run defense for it? Because that's exactly what we're going to see here. I promise you there's no other call coming in that fullback dive to Tyreek Hill.
That's the voice of Serious Mo, 2-time belt winner.
Run commit middle, try to stop it.
That's what I was just going to ask you, Mo. It seems like maybe just run commit, completely sell out, because it's just obvious that it's coming.
And he can't get the playoff here at the end of 1. 7-0 in favor of Phenom. He's at the ball with 5 minutes remaining before the half.
And for Phenom, I do feel he is nervous, but as you can see, he's not as shaky. He's just calmed down a little bit, and you know that's because he's able to just run the ball, something that he wasn't doing a whole lot of in his last opponent versus his last opponent.
And then Hall will take it to the 42. 4 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown for Dante.
And I like what Phenom said after his first game. He said, you know what, this is nothing to me. I've played in tons of pressure situations. This is where I want to be, and right now he does look mighty comfortable up there.
Luck, quick throw, and Troy P was right there on the coverage.
And that was a phenomenal click on by Blair right there. A lot of people don't notice. He actually clicked on so fast and was able to make that user play. A little bit unlucky that the wide receiver dropped it, but that was a great user play. He did all he could, and it worked out for him.
And here's a 3rd down now at the 42-yard line. 4:21 to go in the half. Phenom up by a touchdown. Luck.
Great defense. Try to get to the quarterback.
Right, and he'll just throw it away. Here comes the 4th down. What are you doing?
You're kind of playing with house money right now. I'd probably go for it because if you get it, it's so crucial. If you don't get it, you still got the opportunity to get the ball back before half because you are still on your own 42-yard line. You're kind of playing with house money here.
The good news for Blair is his nickel normal pass defense looking like it's matching up well versus this bunch so far.
Tyreek will take it to the 43, a nonchalant 4th down conversion. And plus territory now with 4 minutes to go.
And that's the problem when you get stuck on that other safety. Those streaks up the middle are going to be open a lot versus those cover 2 defenses.
Ball at the 43.
He's got him, the post.
And he comes back to the sideline. It's Marvin Harrison.
at Phenom. We saw him all animated early on, playing with a lot of emotion. Now he just looks focused and locked in at the task at hand. He's not messing around.
So now it's a 2-score game. And Blair certainly feeling the pressure. He'll dive out near the 30. They'll mark him down at the 29. Here it is again, Mo.
Yeah, you could see right away he had that post. The question was, is the pressure going to get there? And it doesn't. Wide open, touchdown.
First and 10. Can he get Barry Sanders going?
Something really smart by Blair right there. He noticed that he had clicked onto that free safety, meaning that he's frozen a little bit. He's not gonna move with that fullback, and that's why that works so well. He just had the extra numbers over on the right side.
Gain of 9 is gonna bring up a second and short.
We see him waste that motion a lot with the fullback, trying to see where the defense is going to go, how the defense is going to adjust, and he realized it would be a waste of a motioning him out, and that's why we've seen the quick snap.
Needs a few inches to move the chains.
Remember, this is a critical drive for Blair. He has this run-first offense, so the more he falls behind in this game, it's going to be extremely hard for him to get back into it with his style of play.
And Barry falls forward. That should be enough, and it is. New set of downs at the 39, but that clock on the move. 2:20 to go in the half.
To follow up with RG points, it's crucial for Blair to make this the last drive. Regardless if he gets 3 or 7, he cannot give Phenom the ball back.
So first and 10, both players with all 3 timeouts. And we might have the 2-minute warning here. He will get the play off, hands it off to Barry. Barry will stretch it out to the right side. He'll put on the Jets.
We didn't see that stick work at all last game. That was phenomenal stick work, Blair right there. Realizing who Phenom has on defense. Those guys are not going to be able to catch up. He's got Barry Sanders. Great stick work and recognition of who he's got on defense.
Biggest play of the game thus far for Blair, trailing 14-0. As we reach the 2-minute warning. He'll motion out White. Back to Barry. He gets a block.
Let's go. One more stop.
And we got a one-score game. Touchdown, Blair.
They don't got defense for it.
That was huge right there by Blair. And like Mo said, good stick work in the run game. And we've seen him several times where Barry looks like he's blown up in the backfield, but he's just faster than all of those defenders, beats him to the outside, and he's giving Blair a chance to make plays when he probably shouldn't.
14-7 now. Boy, did Blair need that one. And now Phenom will go back to work. Let's see how he did it, Mo.
And he's motioning out that fullback, and you'd see that safety, he just runs to the other side of the field, so it's just a numbers game when you're running the ball. You have extra numbers, you're going to be able to run the ball successfully. If you don't got the numbers, it's not going to work. He had the numbers, wide open touchdown.
He'll bunch it up to the left side, flip it one more time. 1:49 before the half. He's got all 3 timeouts in his pocket. Andrew Luck gets outside, throws it a little. The barrier and hauls it in at the 40.
You run every play, you don't deserve it.
Can you believe it?
And that's the play of the half, Scott, because that was supposed to be a turnover. Instead, he picks up 35 yards, and he's on the brink of field goal range.
First and 10 now at the 40. Did get out of bounds. Clock stopped. Luck again. And he'll slide down at the 34. Gain of 6.
This game just got a lot easier for Phenom because of that huge play. He's able to just use the clock and take his points now. He doesn't have to work real hard on offense. He's already in field goal range.
Luck again. Phenom able to get outside, and he'll slide one more time just outside the red zone at the 21.
And if you're Blair, you know, your lab partner is none other than Noonan, who also made it to the final of a club, the Broncos club, but then fell short there. You're not trying to follow suit if you're Blair. He said this is the first year they fully committed themselves to competitive Madden, and they expect to make some noise. One of the lab partners is down, and now it's all up to Blair, but it's not looking good for him.
Phenom from South Carolina, Blair from North Carolina. Trying to see who's going to represent Minnesota. And Dante. Quick burst of energy to the 13-yard line.
But if you're Blair, that's just way too easy. You know, he didn't get touched until there were 7 guys. There was nobody in front of him until he got to that 7-yard mark. you gotta come down. You gotta make a play earlier than that.
At what point do you use these timeouts? Clock becoming a factor. And throws it to the end zone, and it's a pick.
And
what a play by Troy Polamalu.
It looked like that might have been Phenom's fault. It looked like right when he clicked on, he jabbed to the right just a little bit, and that's why the ball got picked off. That should have been a touchdown.
I was literally just about to ask Mo, there's no way that he passes the ball here, right? And then sure enough, before the words can come out of my mouth, quick hikes and throws a book, and now Blair is all the way back in ball game.
And that's why you call that timeout, so you can get your best play out there. You don't have to rush anything. He may have rushed that just a little bit.
Oh, that could be a costly mistake, not taking your points before half.
And Barry gets bottled up. And here comes the timeout. It's going to be from Blair. 14 seconds to go. He's just hoping Barry breaks one.
Very well could.
14 seconds to go for the end of the half. Blair was down 14-0.
I know
Phenom be thinking about that 3 points he could have had, Mo.
I know a lot of people find this boring, but I love the patience that Blair's using on offense right now. Just getting sure that he has the numbers where he's going to run the ball. He's playing a huge mind game with his opponent. He should have a huge play here. There's no one over on the right side.
Barry. A lot of pressure on Troy P, and he forces him out of bounds at the 31. That'll stop the clock.
And his run stick's just not there. If he cuts that up, there's no one there. Make somebody make a tackle. Just don't just run out of bounds. There's only 10 seconds left in the half.
And you got 2 timeouts.
Not to mention you have one of the best running backs of all time with Jukebox. Go make a play. You're one-on-one with 10 seconds left in the half, and now you're stuck at your own 30-yard line.
Switch Tyreek Hill to the right side of the formation. As Mo mentioned, 10 seconds to go.
He's got the numbers. He's got the numbers.
He might call a timeout here. Yeah, he's going to run the play. Barry, Jukebox is in the backfield. Nothing there, and there's a timeout. One more play remaining in the half.
It's a big stop right there. If you're Phenom, because it was just looking like every run, Blair was getting more and more yards running the ball, which is just giving him more and more confidence as this game goes.
3 deep defense, and it'll stop him right at midfield, and that's where the first half will come to a close. 14-7. Phenom with a 7-point lead. We've had some talking, we've had some good football, but more importantly, we got them wired up here at the club.
Oh! Thank you. You run every play. You don't deserve any fluke ever in your life, so I don't want to hear nothing, bro.
You can see that's what they're playing for right there. Customized, designed football by the Minnesota Vikings. You're going to represent Minnesota in the round of 32. Put $6,500 in your back pocket with a chance to really multiply that up. The winner of the whole thing gets $100 grand. Here we go, gentlemen. Second half, 14-7. Phenom will be kicking away to Blair with an opportunity to tie this game up.
And Blair may have the best run scheme I've seen this year. I'm not joking. It may just be better than mine at the Classic. I want to go ahead and throw it out there, but the problem is his stick work just isn't matching it. You know, he's having these huge lanes, but he's just not getting there.
Certainly seems like the Madden acumen is there.
Yeah.
But the user skill a little bit lacking to go along with it.
That's serious praise when serious Mo is telling you got the best run scheme. And I agree with Mo so far. He's picking the right run plays. He's had a lot of success. I can't really comment on the stick work because it's a lot better than mine.
He trails by a touchdown though, and he's hitting the backfield. Barry with 11 carries for 120, but he loses a yard there. He's got -1 passing yards. And by the way, that was Denzel Ward coming in on the tackle. Back to Barry. And once again, this time it's Lawrence Taylor.
And that's the one player. That's the one player you got to get by on that front seven. Everybody else has no chance at catching Barry. That's the one player you got to get by, and if you're not able to get by him, you're going to have a long day.
Watson will swing to the outside, and how about those 3 plays on defense?
That was a big defensive stand right there from Phenom. Forces a 3 and out on Blair, shuts down the run, and now gets the ball back in the hands of his high-powered offense. What a way to open up the second half if you're Phenom.
And made a mistake punting it to Tyreek Hill, but able to contain him out at the 45, but those are free yards.
Yeah, and on those punts, you're able to sub in your better players. So when these guys punt the ball in bounds, then I see their 10 caps chasing Tyreek Hill around, and it makes me go crazy.
And remember, when you're angling that punt, you can feel the controller vibrating. That's how those guys are able to put it out of bounds. We've seen several punts not find their target as he pushes his way to the 50-yard line for Dante Hall. 83 yards now.
That was a really good pro tip as well from Serious Mo and Scott. The vibration on the punt to let you know when it's going to go out of bounds, and Mo using those formation subs at the play call screen to make sure you get your best players at those gunner positions. 2 really good tips from you guys right there.
So 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line. Press coverage. See what Andrew Luck has in his bag of tricks here. Throws across his body, but it's Marvin Harrison right there to haul it into the 31.
And I was just about to critique him for going to this gun bunch formation when he's been running the ball so successfully. It almost didn't make any sense. That first drive he came out, just ran it right down his throat, and then, you know, to me, that's kind of a nervous tick right there, where you just go to the gun bunch after you just picked up 6 yards running the ball. You got a 1-possession lead already, you know, but it worked out for him. Just a great read right there. He's playing as good as he can play on offense.
The key right now is he needs to keep this ball on the ground and make sure he gets some points. Last time he was in this situation, he threw that red zone turnover when it was completely unnecessary. Hopefully Phenom learned from his mistake.
Oh, a big hit by Troy Polamalu at the 30-yard line. Able to get a yard. Remember, it should be 17-7.
And Phenom had the stretch left wide open. There was nobody over there, you know. That just comes from not running the ball very much. You know, you don't know where the lanes are at. You know, Blair's not having those issues, but he's just not able to get the run game going.
This is truly passing versus running. Phenom likes to do it through the air. Blair likes to keep it on the ground. 2nd down.
Watch the wheel.
And throw it in. And Marvin couldn't hold it in as Troy Polamalu met him in the air.
No, just like Mo was about to say, and like he said earlier, that was crazy stick work right there from Blair. If he doesn't click on the Troy Polamalu and make that hit, that's for sure a completed pass for a big gain.
Andrew Luck, the former Civil War captain, will get into the shotgun here on 3rd and 9. Needs to get to the 21 to continue the drive. Cannot take a sack here. Luck.
Good defense.
Gets outside, and he will throw it away. It's going to be a 47-yard field goal incoming.
And not only on that 2nd down, that click on, he didn't just click on and hold Y and go for the interception. He clicked on, he ran down, collided with the wide receiver instead of holding Y, or else if he would have held Y, he probably would have animated behind him, and he would have just caught it right in front of him.
The kick is up, and it's good, and that's going to make it a 10-point ball game. 2 scores with 1:32 to go in the 3rd, and Blair's going to get it back. Scott Cole, Serious Mo, RG, along with you. Here for the final club championship of all the 32 teams. We end with Minnesota. And 10 days from now, the real fun begins. 32 players representing all 32 NFL teams will battle it out for over $700 grand.
I hope Blair doesn't get impatient and start slinging the ball around. There's no need to. You've played pretty good offense running the ball. Don't get in this pass-happy offense where you're not comfortable.
First down at the 26. Sean Watson, that's a tight window.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Pruitt's not going to be getting open too often versus Marlon Humphrey. He's just not. Just a pretty good matchup for Phenom. You know, Blair lucky that that's not a turnover.
That's a risky throw for half a yard. 2nd and 10. Goes back to the bread and butter. There's Barry Sanders. Makes a guy miss, but can't get away from another. They're going to give him 3 yards on that. Here comes a 3rd and 7.
Something I've already noticed is Blair's completely lost that patience he had on offense. He's rushing it. As you've seen, he just came out and snapped the stretch. He didn't have the numbers there. That's why that run didn't work.
Deshaun. And that will be hauled in by Hill out at the 43-yard line. That'll continue the drive.
That was a big-time read right there from Blair when he absolutely needed to have it. He got it. Keeps the drive going right there with the big third down play.
Hands it off to Barry. Goes nowhere as White comes in on the hit.
And if you are going to go to this quick snap run game, I'd be running it away from Lawrence Taylor.
First tackle for White. 14 carries now for Barry Sanders. A reminder, we have all 32 of the club championship finals out on the Madden Competitive Gaming YouTube. That'll give you something to do over the next 10 days. 2nd and 11. Watson goes up under center. DW4 will roll out to the left side, and it'll slide down at the 49, just shy of midfield. So here comes another third down.
You like to see that. You spent 55 cap on that escape artist ability. You got to use it a little bit. That's one of the first times we've seen Blair actually use it for a positive gain.
Oh. And that's just a bad throw. Bullet pass, very inaccurate, and he's quite perplexed at the result of that play.
It's a big 4th down. What do you like here, Mo? Is it possible you could go to the run here, I feel like?
I think you got to air it out. If you're going to pass on 3rd, you got to pass on 4th. I would have liked to see a run call, though, on that 3rd and 4.
4:27 to go. Time starting to run out.
And that's a good point by Mo. If you're going to go for it on 4th down, you got to be running it there with Barry on 3rd.
Here's Watson again.
Got options. Oh, he had Barry wide open.
And he's going to throw it to the end zone. It's knocked away.
Incredible.
Wilson on the coverage.
Barry
Sanders. Turnover on downs.
Barry Sanders was wide open. I don't know how he didn't see him. It looked like he might have accidentally pressed left trigger and turned Deshaun Watson into a runner instead of a passer, and kind of panicked and didn't throw it to him, and then threw it way too late. That was a touchdown, and Barry Sanders would have been down by 3 points with 4 minutes to go in the game.
Instead, the ball goes back to Phenom.
And I'm just so impressed by Phenom's stick work, though, on that last play. The angle route looked like it was getting wide open over the middle of the field. Phenom went and took that away, and then when Blair threw it late to Barry Sanders, Phenom clicks on, smartly swats the ball down instead of picks it. That was very well played defense from Phenom.
Hands it off to Tyreek Hill. We'll go back to that 4th down, Mo, and with Blair being a runner, certainly didn't look comfortable passing the football, and it showed on that play.
Yeah, he didn't, and the problem is he's passing out of a 2 tight end formation, 2 running back, 2 tight end. It's just tough to make a living in that formation, passing the ball to begin with, but you get somebody wide open, you can't miss him.
So here's a 3rd and 8 from the 47. Clock on the move, 3:12 to go in the game. Phenom trying to win a club for the first time ever. And that's Marvin Harrison. Nobody around him at the 20-yard line, and he catches it in bounds.
Man, finish.
This 19-year-old Kevin Williams, a.k.a. Phenom, is just tough, and he's got good stick work on offense and on defense. I love seeing guys click on, do that little baby swerve, get manual. This young man is tough.
As I mentioned before, both these guys from the Carolinas trying to represent the Vikings. A little stop and go, a little swag for Phenom.
And look at him swag out right there, as he should. He got so icky with the human joystick. I mean, he was literally the human joystick himself right there. Some stop and go, get to the outside, make it a 3-possession ball game. And that might have been the $6,500 play that wins Phenom the Vikings Club Championship. That was nasty.
I'm not gonna lie. Everybody does look goofy when they're up there dancing, but he earned that one. That was nasty. Look at the stop and go. Oh my goodness, that was so crispy. He was gonna stop and go the user, stop and go the computer. It didn't matter.
And his moves are good. I mean, he looks natural up there when he busts a move.
Barry now. And he'll step out of bounds at the 36. That'll stop the clock, 2:17 to go. But Blair down 24-7. Gave up 14 unanswered. Was able to climb back within a score, but Phenom has worked his way up again. This is a bomb to Tyreek. One-hand grab, and Marlon Humphrey will catch him Touchdown, Blair.
And if you're Blair, you got to go for the onside here. You're down by 10 with only 2 minutes left. Maybe in past Maddens, you would just kick it deep. But in this Madden where the clock runs so fast, you just don't have enough time for 2 possessions. You got to make it to where it's a 1-score game.
He will kick it deep.
I don't like it. It's almost as if you're conceding defeat.
And Smith will take it out to the 25-yard line.
Cool fact about my guy Blair is he's got his pops Tony watching back home, and his dad is actually a Mutt player himself. Gets on the sticks every now and then.
Dante can't get away. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Phenom just 2 minutes away from being crowned the Madden Club champion for the Minnesota Vikings.
I would really like to see Phenom run the ball twice here. I know you might get to a 3rd and 8, but it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that clock. You're up by 2 possessions. Get the game over with. No reason to try to convert on 3rd down if you have to.
Here's Tyreek Hill navigating his way to the 31, and here comes the first timeout in for Blair. Clock stop, 1:57 to go, 3rd and 3.
Everybody know my name.
Run commit down. It's your only chance.
Hands it to Tyreek Hill, and that's going to be enough for the first down.
Yeah, and that's pretty much going to be the ball game right there.
The speed of Tyreek and Dante, especially in this formation, Mo, they're going to have 2 yards before you can even blink.
Yeah, he went on that conservative ball carry, so he's not going to be fumbling the ball very often. Really smart tactic by him just to kind of bleed out that clock, get it over with.
And shout out to Phenom. I mean, he came into this tournament prepared, and he was confident. You saw him in his interview with Evan. He was saying, I want Strafing. I didn't think the club was that good. And, you know, some people might say that as, you know, being cocky or whatever. To me, it came off as confident, and he came off as a young man that knew what he wanted, knew what he was going to accomplish, and now he gets it done.
And there it is. Sportsmanship, they'll dab it up. 24-14, Phenom is your Minnesota Vikings club champion with a 10-point win. And really, energy from start to finish for Phenom. And you talked about that confidence, certainly wasn't arrogance. And here's the highlights in the final. And remember, he got up to this early lead, and Phenom just couldn't catch up. Here's Dante Hall to the crib.
Yeah, no one there to catch him. Really no one there to tackle him at all. There was nobody in the middle of the field, just an easy touchdown.
And here's Andrew Luck coming back to Marvin Harrison, and he would just beat him, RG.
Yeah, and you know what? How about Phenom with a good balanced attack? We thought he was going to be a passer. He showed us he could run and pass the ball today.
And that was the one that we thought, man, Barry Sanders was wide open for a touchdown. He panicked.
It's hard to throw the ball 80 yards on a line. You know, you can throw it 50 on the line, but 80, you're asking for a lot.
Look at the
There's the swag, and that means usually when you dance, you lose. That's dancing and winning. Phenom 24-14, 10-point win after beating Strafing by 7, and it's about time somebody from South Carolina wins an important game of Madden. He's hanging out with Evan.
Oh, man. South Carolina in the house. Obviously, you got the big win. Congratulations on winning the finals, representing the Vikings. In your own words, what does this feel? What does this mean to you?
It means a lot because I've been grinding, man, years and years, not getting to any live events, you know what I'm saying, just struggling. But now it finally came through, and everything's coming to fruition, man.
This is the Madden Club, it's not the Madden Challenge, but that's a Madden Challenge you mentioned right there, just watching people succeed in places that you wanted to be one day. How did you get through that? I mean, what kind of kept you going during those times?
Man, just my friends and stuff, man. There was a lot of times when I was like, I'm not built for this. Like, it's too hard, but, you know, you just keep grinding. People around you help you out, and everything just comes together.
There was a little something different about that game. You kind of started to feel it. Things were happening. Blair also had his own journey. He took down IB Strafing. He'd been looking to do that, but you seem to kind of have an understanding of what you needed to do to win that final.
Yeah, I mean, I watched this game before, and I knew he was just going to be running, so I felt like my run defense was pretty good. I mean, I didn't prepare my defense for a runner. I prepared it for Strafing, but he lost, so I had to really make do with what I had.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at your last touchdown here. Break it down for us on the wall. Last one you scored in the game.
Yeah, he didn't really have any like near close flex defense for the fullback dive with Tyreek, so right there I just ran out and I saw his corner just like kind of got stuck. So I knew if I stopped and go to the outside, I was going to score. Let me do my dance.
That says it all right there. How you feeling? Talk about just the swagger when you're playing. Does that get you going? Does that keep you?
Yeah, man, because the nerves are ridiculous. So it's just like
you gotta shake it out.
Yeah, so just have fun and try not to be nervous and just play your best, man.
Well, you've definitely done a great job so far. Looking ahead now to the 32. The NFC North, the AFC North, it's a tough division. All of these guys you're going to be playing are tough. But looking towards your division, how do you feel this is going to go out?
When I picked my club, I knew this division was going to be I knew it was going to be not that hard of a division. And now I got to play BG Fam, and that's a real big game because I've been trying to get to him for a while. So if these standings stay the same, then it's going to be a good game.
You're definitely on a mission here. The Vikings have hooked you up with a little bit of a trophy here, a nice little ball for you just to separate, the real football from the Madden. Show it to us, man. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. Definitely a little bit of swag to go in with the swag you got while you're playing. You giving us the Heisman pose?
Yeah, shout out my man Nico. He won his club the other day. That's what he did last year. So.
I love it, man. Well, congratulations. An incredible job. We're going to get over to the guys for how this affects the NFC North in the club major.
Well, Evan, it's been quite a journey. There's no doubt about it, and congratulations to all 32 that were able to move on. Let's take a quick look at the bracket. If we can, you can see it's finally all filled out. Can you believe it? It's been quite a journey. So many big names on there. But here in the NFC North, he's already saying, hey, it's going to be BG Fam and Phenom. He's already laser focused.
Yeah, those are 4 great players, but probably not the 4 players anybody expected to see there. It's pretty amazing how these guys just get out here and fight. All of those guys are great players who have a real good chance of taking home that division.
Yeah, I'm with Mo. Besides scheming, not a lot of MCS experience in this division, but that just shows how many people are getting involved in the MCS. And if you're a newcomer and you're someone at home watching, that should show you that you can make it here too, as long as you put the time and effort into it.
Well, that's the beauty of the club championship. You get so many new faces that get an opportunity to pop up, Mo, and maybe pop someone out of here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I've been saying this since I've been commentating. You got to play good for one game. It's one game at a time. Anybody can have their worst game. You know what I mean? And it's either you play good or your opponent plays bad. All you need is one chance, and that's the beautiful thing about this tournament.
What are you looking forward to the most, RG, head on to the round of 32?
Well, I'm always looking forward to this tournament all year long. I think you said it. This is our Christmas. This is the biggest Madden tournament of the year. $700,000 on the line, and there's going to be one representative to rule them all, to bring that trophy back to their NFL club. To me, this is what competitive Madden is all about. I cannot wait to get that started.
What about you, Mo? We're moving on to the round of 32 in 10 days.
Yeah, it all happened so fast. I remember I was just at home trying to win my club. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do that. But we got a lot of new faces. Somebody's going to walk away with $100,000.
Well, I want to thank Nick, Josh, Tyler, the rest of the broadcasting crew up here. It's been quite a journey. We can't wait to see you in 10 days. Evan, take us home.
Thanks, Scott. That concludes our coverage of the Minnesota Vikings Club Championship. We want to thank the Vikings organization for their tremendous support of their Madden 20 championship. And one last reminder that we are not far from the Madden NFL 20 Club Championship presented by Snickers. The action begins December 17th at 4 p.m. Eastern. First prize is $100,000, and the iconic Club Championship belt is also at stake. All 4 days will be streamed live on Twitch and YouTube. With the Vikings in the books, each of the 32 NFL clubs have crowned champions. We want to thank everyone at Madden Competitive, the NFL clubs, and our broadcast crew here at EA for months of great competition and cooperation. Remember, for VODs of all 32 club finals, go to Madden Competitive Gaming on YouTube. The Vikings have their champion, and it's Phenom. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in 10 days right back here for Madden NFL 20 Club Championship action presented by Snickers. Good night.